I'll be in the chat and on the screen.
That'd be amazing.
Answer your own questions, right?
Righty, Rude. Okay, let's go. We good. I think we are on. Right, let's just get it up on here. Yeah, boss, we're in. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Project Piper Customs, we're here for the last Turtle Talk episode of the year. And yeah, I have some friends with me tonight. Awesome to have Mr. Zach Williams back on with us again for the final episode. Appreciate you being here, man. We've got Pietro on us shortly. I'll tell you when to talk. We're going to have Tom in late, hopefully, and of course, special guest. You may have seen him in the chat. We have Mr. Maverick 5 UK with us in the hizzy. How you doing, brother?
I'm really good. Cheers, Ben. Really good. I definitely appreciate you having me on the show.
For sure, mate. For sure, man. Had to get you on. So yeah, man. We just wanted to do a little. As it's the last show of the year, I doubt NECA are going to hit us with anything massive in this little short space of time, apart from maybe my Toko and Raza dropping at my door, which would be nice. Yeah, I know. That's the first thing I want to get into.
Well, so I was going to ask you, did you get any parcels?
Not yet, because what we figured out, and it took a while to figure it out, was that those who ordered. You haven't, have you? Yeah.
Yes.
That's you and Pietro now. Yeah, so the people that ordered one, they got theirs shipped. Obviously, in America, got theirs early. And over here, we got the notifications, I think, a couple of weeks ago, just that they ordered the one. Now, those who ordered two, like myself, the notifications for those were separate. They just started hitting in America not too long ago. We have yet to still have any of those shipping notifications for our ×2 orders over here internationally yet, which is why I'm just twiddling my thumbs, getting jealous at everyone else. Like a bitch, yeah.
Just make a custom.
Right, I know. By the time they come here, I probably would have finished one. Yeah, I was. But before they were announced, I had ideas to actually make them. I was going to use the Marvel Legends Sasquatch bath and the Ultimate Green Goblin bath as the Toko and Raza base body.
Oh, that would be cool.
But yeah, so I'm glad I don't have to do that now. But yeah, so just waiting around for those. So yeah, so you and Pietro get to show them off later.
Yeah, definitely. They're amazing. Honestly, like just looking at them in the package, it just takes you back to being a kid, having that Raza, the transforming one.
Yeah,
it's amazing. So yeah, take some rub salt in the wound, but you got something to look forward to.
It's fine. I'm unlike Pietro, and we'll get into him in a minute when he gets in here. The man, because all he collects is Ninja Turtles. So obviously he's whereas we collect quite a lot of other things. We can put off our impatience for getting them with, getting other stuff in or enjoying other things. Obviously, Pietro can't. He just collects turtles, so he's literally just waiting for them. So he's constantly like, I want them now. Why aren't they here? I'm like, dude, it's all right. But he's happy as Larry now. He's got his one. But yeah, so I'm just going to sit here and play with my repainted Venom. Just waiting for Token Raza.
It turned out great, man. I'm ready to watch that video. I know you just put it up. I need to go watch it.
Thank you, mate. Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I can't believe how good the scope. Oh, I want that figure. I
got him for $13 a couple weeks ago.
$13? How much? Bloody hell. That's a bargain, mate.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Oh, I wanted to know. I want to see that because I've got, where is it? Oh, it's in here. The Grim Knight. I got the Grim Knight. I haven't opened him up yet, but because he's got that pointy frigging nose face, and I wasn't happy about that. I want to see his head on the Grim Knight and see how that looks. But
yeah, this head's. I don't know if you can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's great, and most of your your gun effects will fit in there too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. They've done amazing with that sculpt. It's fantastic.
It really
would have been good.
I was shocked.
Did it come with the interchangeable head though, rather than having to buy a separate figure? But he's got to get paid.
Yep, that's McFarlane for you.
No.
The Godfather.
Yeah, they're hit and miss, and that's definitely a hit. Grim Knight was a hit. Deathstroke is definitely a miss, which came through, but I give it some TLC and he'll come out. He looks amazing, but I watched Unparalleled's review and it's just terrible.
He hated that thing.
I know. I feel for him.
He said he took it back to the store as soon as he was done reviewing.
Yeah. Sorry, Maverick. Sorry, mate.
He caught a lot of flack for that negative opinion, I figure.
I know. Everyone said, "Oh, you just hate McFarlane, then you hate McFarlane." No, it's subjective. Why? No one gets subjectivity anymore. It's crazy, you know. So yeah, I mean, it looks great. That's why I got it. I will be changing out the sheath and probably having a paint off with Tom at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I had told myself I don't think I was going to be getting any of the McFarlane ones when we did a couple of the reviews. But you know, if they do Martha.
Ooh,
Joker,
yeah,
Joker Martha,
yeah, that's the thing, because they like to dip in and out of different story arcs and comic book arcs with different lines and throw a little bit of this one in here, a little bit of this one in there. So hopefully, when they get back round to doing Flashpoint, we can get the Martha Joker. That'll be good. That'll be tasty.
I'd love if you did a Nightfall series, so we could give us Bane and the different Azrael Batman costume. That would be amazing. I'd be all in for that line.
I think we would probably get an entire Nightfall line from McFarlane by the time Mayfix actually releases their Nightfall Batman.
That's it. This is why I wouldn't want to kind of pre-order that Mayfix one, even though I love that costume design. It might only be the only costume we can wear. Whereas McFarlane, he designed his own costume for it and released that as well.
Right, I know, exactly, and got it out on the shelves all in the same time.
Definitely.
Oh, he's gone savage with that. And I thought I wouldn't mind just like a display of just random funky different kind of Batman, like the metal one on the bike. That bat bike looks wicked.
Amazing.
Just all different crazy different iterations of old Batty. But yeah, so the Nightfall line will be awesome. A Bane from that would be wicked. Azrael Batman for sure. And I think we would. I think they'll probably just like do what they're doing now, just like plunk one or two in this wave, and then literally a week later there'll be another wave out. The man, I think McFarlane, I would put up there for figure line of the year just because of how much they've put out.
Because like this is the first year that he's had the DC line, right? He's like the DC license, and he ain't messing around.
No, he's acting like it's been out for like 4 or 5 years.
It's just a shocker. He decided it's called the multiverse, but he's only doing the Batman multiverse. Yeah. Some of the other DC characters might need a little bit of love sooner or later, but I think he might just want to get every iteration of Batman out first. I would love to see not Injustice, but the Justice League International. If he started doing all of those,
really
cool.
Yeah, no, fair play. Yeah, you probably. I doubt there'll be a single story arc that he wouldn't want to pick from. I'd love to see Long Halloween. What other ones were there? What were my other favourites? Has he even tried Hush, or is he not even going to bother with Hush? I can't remember if he's actually done anything.
He hasn't. I don't think he started on Hush yet.
No, Mayfix are sort of smacking that. But he could do an entire Hush line before Mayfix even has a chance to finish theirs. So he's got them on time. He's got them beat there. But
Todd will be retired before Mayfix gets theirs done.
Yeah, true. I can see that happening. But yeah, so other than waiting around for bloody Toker and Raza, that's pretty much what we've been up to at the moment. But yeah, so please don't wave yours in front of the camera. Just again, I might
do it.
I did another parcel drop through, which was my foot soldiers.
Oh, you got the 2-pack. I did as well, actually. Yeah. Did you?
So that's 9 and 10 for you.
Actually, yeah. Why not? One do. I mean, with you, whatever you've got, Zach. I know you got the thingy, but I might as well do a little haul pickup. So yeah, like yourself.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I've got one of these in. Had to be done. Weapons rack.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, it is a good one. Oh, and for Zach, I did get
my man.
Had to be bought. As soon as
I need to get mine back from my friend. I miss that figure so much.
Yeah,
I let him borrow it to take some pictures, and Got it. Have you opened it? You haven't opened that one, but did you get another one?
No, it literally dropped in my lap yesterday, and I was filming and that, so I had no chance.
You should open it up.
I shouldn't I? Why not? It's the last stream of the year. Let's open it up for you.
You should open it up.
Mr. Turtle Boy is connecting to audio. I don't know why they make their boxes so damn big. How you doing, Turtle Boy? You all right, buddy?
Good, guys. How are you?
All good, all
What's up,
good.
man?
Let's boost your volume slightly on my end. Oh, right. Okay, should be right there. Sorry, we're just doing a little bit of an unboxing right now.
Let's go.
So, Turtle Boy, Mr. Pietro, how are you enjoying Token Raza? Hey?
A little bit.
Yeah. Oh, you bastard.
He hates me now. It's been 2 days.
No, it's all right. I've got it all out the way with Maverick showing me his. It's fine. You're good. But I know I was telling them about how impatient you were getting. Forgive me, but it was quite comical.
Yeah, I know.
Oh dear. So, aside from, which we're going to get into a full range of in a minute, Pietro, aside from Token Raza, you also got in the new loot crate, didn't you?
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to play with that yet? See how that's going?
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. I mean, I don't particularly love that figure. He's glowing in the dark. It's okay. I like the mini TV, but we're gonna get that with the accessory pack. So
yeah, that's right.
Not a big deal.
5-year-old you would have loved the glow in the dark gimmick.
Yeah.
About the rest of the swag, how's the rest of the swag in the box? Was it nice?
Yeah, usual pins and t-shirt. Okay, just okay.
Standard stuff, innit? That's kind of why I'm pretty much going to probably try and go all in with the loot crates next year, because, like you say, the movie one obviously will be kept, but the other figures, if I'm not feeling the other figures from the other themes, flog them. But I want some more TMNT t-shirts. So yeah, we're getting there, gents. We're getting there. Bloody twisty ties with my cutters.
They love their twisty ties.
I know. Tell me about it. Right. Aside from live unboxing, so at the start of this year, before the world went to poo poo town, we had a little thing called Toy Fair. Just didn't realise that a week later we would literally be in the shit. But when Toy Fair, and it's kind of like, I like to sing this Toy Fair, like this year's Toy Fair was like, you remember where you were when you saw what was on NECA's shelf.
Yeah.
You remember what you were doing when you saw it. So what was your first book? I know we've already got them in hand, you have now, but when you first saw that NECA shelf with Token Raza, Super Shredder and the Casey and Brad, and you realize that these things were coming and they're going to arrive now that they have, how excited were you? For everyone.
Oh, definitely. They just looked unbelievable.
Yeah.
They looked incredible. Like just the size of them and just that diorama that they were in, it looks unbelievable. So I was just all in as soon as I saw them.
Yeah, no, same.
Yeah.
I remember finding, obviously the first pictures that came out were grainy as shit, but I just plastered them online saying, look everyone, look. And then more clarity pictures would come out and I'd be like, oh shit, look at these, they're better. And then of course, sitting patiently waiting for Pixel Dan's live walkthrough video.
Yeah, that was
because you knew he was going to get in there, and it was just mind blowing. Aside from and again, like that diorama piece, you just thought, okay, I need that diorama now along with those figures.
That thing looked amazing.
They just made to go in there.
Need to get in the whole.
I thought it would be like
when you used
much more expensive.
Like catalog, right? What you thought? I thought we were going to be the price on them.
Yeah, I thought Super Shredder would be like, I don't know why, around
we first saw them,
$80.
Damn, yeah, because it looked, because you weren't next to the others, so you didn't have, it just looked massive on its own in that dock diorama, and so it looked like a bloody quarter scale figure, but yeah, and here he is, can fit in my hands.
Yeah.
Beautiful piece. Beautiful piece. So yeah, that was one main highlight of the year, and then obviously the WOD went to Shiza, and then I think I can't remember when did they announce the first movie Loot Crate. I think it was it before or after that? I can't remember.
I think it was before.
Before, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Spirit of Splinter, I think it was around after that. They were starting to ship them out, and people were getting comparison pictures in hand from what they showed us in promo art to having it in hand, and we're like, oh, what the F is this? This does not look anything like the art at all. And then when we got it in hand, we're like, oh, see, it's not bad. It's all right. You know, it ain't bad at all. It's more Technicolor than it was just straight blue, but you know, it worked.
Technicolor.
It did. Definitely weren't all blue, but yeah, that was a cool piece. But yeah, then obviously the announcement came out, and when all this shit started happening, and no one knew if how badly it was going to affect toy companies pumping out their stuff, and even now the online retailers that we have just done a phenomenal job in keeping deliveries going this entire time.
Yeah.
So hats off to them for that. Despite Comics and Cocktails having 2 break-ins to their warehouse, which is luckily all found. So yeah. So what's Zach? What was it like collecting wise when the beer bug hit in America?
I don't really know, because it was a lot of people just weren't going out. We weren't getting a lot of stock at our stores either. I think it was at least 2 or 3 months before we started seeing stuff on shelves. I can
understand that. I think toilet roll was on eBay for a higher price than the Marvel Legends Rogue was.
Yeah, there was a lot of selling going on. That's for sure. Especially when the stimulus check came out, everybody just went crazy. So. Oh yeah,
I can imagine people were also at the time. It was so sporadic. People were getting laid off. Businesses were closing down. And I guess people were just, obviously, this is where money's tied up in. I have to hoof that to just get, to keep myself afloat until so-and-so. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, actually, I remember the sales posts on Facebook and that were going a bit crazy. Great time for deals, but sad that people had to let go of a lot of stuff. But yeah, so then, I tried to make a list of all the different hits that sort of happened in the year. And I got a quarter of the way through, and my brain just got frazzled because I couldn't remember. But I think it weren't long after that the lovely Judith Hogue decided to just kick up this whole storm of news and just dive straight in and announce her own figure. And I think the latest on that, because that was a great time, we were getting the hype and getting the buzz, getting excited during a time when we were had shit going on. I think that's the one thing to take away from this year, is that this hobby has sort of kept us going and kept a smile on the face. Whatever aspect of it is you're in, it's just being a collector alone, So her getting involved, and everyone started doing Zoom parties, like the reunited and stuff like that. So it's great seeing movie cast get together, and then the Turtles one, when they got all the cast together for that, was to be honest great. I mean, it was a bit corny, them reading like lines from the film, but also quite cool at the same time. Judith herself, lovely lady, was wearing something extremely low cut, and all the boys took notice. Especially,
she knew what she was doing.
Oh yeah, so I said, especially Elias. Elias came in right at the end, and he still had the Katie Jones mask. And then I just remember him saying, she said, "Oh, you look great, honey. You look great. You look so good." Yeah, so do you. And then just cut to another one. Yeah. But yeah, she kicked in and started getting involved with the fan base, and that's been great ever since. She's been really getting involved, sharing people's toy art. She commented on one of my Custom versus Official rap video. She commented on that, so I was like, so yes, as I say, she may just be riding the hype or the clout for the 30th anniversary, and she may disappear next year when it's not anymore. But screw it, I'm just enjoy the ride. Might as well along with it. But yeah, so after that, it was a bit. I think the March, July time was a bit weird, a bit touch and go. No one knew what was going on, and then it started to sort of calm down around the summertime. But what were some of the other sort of things that got you amped this year that you can remember in sort of the collecting world? Figure release, drop, news, or TMNT? It doesn't have to be TMNT related. I'm just trying to think of the good things that came out of this year in our hobby.
I was really excited for that McFarlane Spawn Kickstarter.
Ah, yes, that's right. Yeah. I like the way you said you was.
I mean, there's definitely been a lot of controversy around that, but I mean, for me, I'm getting exactly what I think he promised. You know, he's promised an updated version of that original figure, which is what he's delivering. But I think I do think it pains Todd to put articulation in figures, even though he's doing it now. You can see the pain on his face when people are talking to him about it, because he just wants statues, you know, nice looking statues. But I still feel like he's given us what he promised in the first place, and people want cloth capes. But you know, that I'm sure that will come eventually. But for now, I'm happy with what.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? You can't. What people are sort of after in action figures has sort of gone past what was around back when he was doing the Spawn figures. So I guess him saying, right, I'm going to bring this back out again, but it's going to be exactly the same as it was, and everyone's kind of like, oh, that was so last year, darling. We want fabric capes now. We want this. We want that. Give me this. And it's like, oh, really? So I understand. I was sort of an observer for the entire thing. I never really had a horse in the race, as opposed to the people who were excited or the ones that were disappointed. So I was just literally just watching like a tennis match back and forth going on. It's like, and Tom came out with a good point, exactly what you said. You know, he didn't really promise anything else but what, you know, that was. And I guess a lot of people interpreted it differently or expected. I guess because it was sort of same time that the Mortal Kombat figure got released, which was with articulation. So I was expecting sort of something on par with that. At the price point, it looks beautiful. And that's the thing, whenever cut off at the peg. Sorry if I'm going a bit robotic, internet's being a dick. I should be back now. So
we were trying to understand the other language.
So I don't know if you got any of that. See, on my end, I'm fine, and it's everyone else that's gone all crackly, but then it pops up in my screen, your internet is unstable. I'm like, oh god. So I know what when it eventually goes up, I look at it and it's like, no, it's me. So but yeah, he's got a bit like your background, Maverick, reminds me of like Todd's background, you know, just the big pieces behind him whenever he does one of those videos.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, so I'm in agreement. I don't know, is there any news on the Kickstarter? Do you know what the latest is of it by any chance?
It should be shipping now. So he promised it. He wanted it to be delivered by November time, but it should start shipping now. So a couple of weeks back, he asked everyone to finalise their addresses. Okay. So it should be with us soon. So I backed it because you know, I've been a big fan of Spawn since the 90s. So I had to back it. So I'm looking forward to getting that through.
No, fair play. And you definitely, I think exactly the kind of collector that he's aimed at for, you know, someone who's definitely going to get enjoyment out of it as a piece of art, you know. And the cape, you know, but even though it's got joints, from what I understand, you know, that thing can articulate. So I'm just filling up a bit like crazy, and it will look menacing as hell on the shelf.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to have some size to it. It's going to look amazing on the shelf.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, then people want an articulated version. Well, they got the Mortal Kombat one to play around with. You know, it's there for pictures and all sorts of shit. Let's quick look at the chat. So we've got YOLO Swag Thug Life Selfie. That's a hell of a name. If you could ask for 5 more figures or of characters we either have or haven't gotten yet from TMNT, which would it be? Movie only. Thank you very much for the question, and I appreciate you chiming in. So 5 characters. I'm assuming, could we dip into 2 and 3 or just part 1? Let's just make it a bit broader so we can pull from either of the 3 movies. So Zach, what one?
2 movies.
2. You're just writing off.
Don't put me on the spot right now.
Okay, I'll let you marinate. If you were to collect any more from the Ninja Turtles, what characters would you like? So I'll go first. Obviously, Tatsu, please answer the phone to Neko, and don't chop them in the neck when they arrive to show you some samples of their work and what they want. They go, and then zoom at the door. Sit down with them, just go, and then that's it. So yeah, Tatsu, please, Danny. Obviously we get in April, that's fine. Tatsu, Danny. Oh, what's his name? Sam Rockwell. Don't care what he looks like, don't care if he's boring or got no accessories. I just want a Sam Rockwell. So that's 3. Give me, I already know that Kino is coming. So I'm going to pull that and I'm going to say Vanilla Ice. So we're going to do 3. And I would take a Jordan Perry, Professor Jordan Perry. I would take that because I like my civilians. I like my, that I can have in the background for shots. There's probably some real obvious choices that could just trump any one of those that I haven't thought of yet. But those are my choices. Pietro, what about you, mate?
I mean, man, you say everything already. So
One of it, isn't it, really? It's kind of the list. I don't know if there's anything I've missed out. I mean, I'll take a Chief Stearns or the pizza guy.
I mean,
yeah,
the pizza guy would be great.
Yeah, come on, I couldn't find a cup. Yeah, give me that. Give me that now. Hell, I would take an unmasked foot soldier. Some of them got some screen time in 1 and 2. Just give me
the fat foot soldier.
Yeah.
What was it? The fat foot soldier. Where did he come in? I think he was in part 2, wasn't he?
In part 2, I think not all those foot soldiers passed that same test that Kino went through. There's no way.
No, one of them looked like the bloody cops from Fifth Element, where they're just big, Yeah. Oh shit. No, I agree.
An unmasked Casey in foot soldier gear would be good.
Yeah.
I always
maintain a Mandela effect with that, because I swear to God, I remember that scene where he was unmasked, but I could have sworn that he had a ponytail. He did his hair up like a ponytail, and yet nowhere can I find that. He's always had it down when he was unmasked. So I'm like, why have I got that memory in my head?
That'd be such an easy figure for them to make.
No, I could just pop that one on a foot soldier.
Yeah.
Oh, screw it. Yeah. Why not? We're here. Please don't. So this is magnet. Let's go. The whole thing shakes.
Don't break your figures, man. Your luck, right?
Everything stays put. Okay, so oh no!
Domino effect.
Yeah. Come here, you two. Come here. You stay there. Shut up, you go night. It took me forever to get that ooze canister in his hand as well. There you go. All right. Yeah, this will be the fun part.
Oh, I got a story for you about that later on. Detox story.
Oh, really?
We'll talk later.
Coming soon. Ooh, all right, I'm gonna work on this bit off camera. But yeah, hits with your So was there any more characters that we wanted to see?
I don't know if they would save this. NECA would save this for a Loot Crate exclusive, but do you think they would give us the battle damage shredder? So at the start of Turtles 2, when he's got his because they're already given us the bent helmet as part of the accessories pack.
Yeah.
So that they could be easily do that. I reckon they would save that for like a mass release.
It's a good point. It's a very good point. I think it could be an exclusive. I think it's definitely exclusive material for sure, because it would be a very niche market for anyone who actually wanted that. Another shredder in a variant form. So I think you're right. It could be. It's definitely a contender of being a Loot Crate. And hey, they did say that the movie crate for next year would be Secret to Use themed. Yeah. From what I remember from that Froosh interview that Randy did. So yeah, that could be a possibility. Could be a possibility for sure. It would make sense, man, to milk that franchise. Okay, did that just work? Okay, annoyingly, the peg stuck in his head, and he doesn't have a peg, so I'm just literally going to put the head on. Oh, hold on a second. I have a trusty tool here. That tool being Blue Tack. This could work, gentlemen. This could work.
Gotta get you another foot soldier now.
I'm not going to want to put this back together at all. I'm just going to want it like this all the time. And come on. All right. 2 seconds. Something like that.
Oh man, that looks sick.
Okay, confronting Danny. Hey kid, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Actually looks really sick.
That's amazing.
Like
Actually works really, really well.
Yeah, you should leave it like that.
Damn it, I'm gonna have to open the other one up and customize that head because I don't want to keep this as is.
Yeah, we're all going to order ourselves another KC after this.
Well, I'll do a custom cave video of me literally just doing this. There you go. There you go. Here's my new customer, ladies and gentlemen.
900,000 views in 2 hours.
Oh, I've seen less content do better than that in views. I've seen less content, but yes. So potential. It'd literally be the easiest thing for Necker in the world to make.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know. So, but yeah, just have a look at that, and yeah. So
I think once we get mass Casey, we will get these. I'm sure.
Probably, and if they don't, you just seen how easy of a kit bash it is to do that. If you wanted. Okay. So yeah, not bad question. I like it. But hopefully, we have a lot more to look forward to with the line. So Zach, I know you sort of transit. I'm going to focus on you, buddy. I'm going to focus on you now. Yeah, it's your time now. It's your time. So yeah.
Well, unfortunately, and you guys can lynch me while I'm up here, but I've never seen the third movie, so.
Oh well,
I haven't.
Good news. There's two of us. There's two on the stream that haven't. And Tom isn't here for us to roast his ass yet. But the recent poll that I put up of whether we should, in the watch-alongs, skip number 3 or ride it through.
I think it needs to come up.
Yeah, because Tom desperately does not want to watch that movie. So I was like, all right, we'll put it to a vote. And if it goes the way you don't want to, then you're doing it. And guess what? It's it's like this for yes. And so yeah, we're doing the watch along. So you're more than welcome to watch it with us.
Yeah, I'll be there for that one.
I'm gonna have to buy it now, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. You need to get a copy of it somehow, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I know. I have it on my...
It's too expensive somehow.
Yeah, because it's not on any streaming service. They haven't put them on. That's the one. That's annoying. Though. They haven't put any of the Turtles. How many streaming services have we got now? There's a gazillion. I'm sure there's even more in America.
Too many.
You know, I haven't put the bloody any of those on the streaming services because I've got it on download on the hard drive when I was doing that with movies, and then I bought the DVD set. If have you got 1 and 2 on home video, Maverick?
Yeah.
That's annoying because I say that you could probably just get that triple. Whatever, I've got it here. So this is like, where is it? Because this is like £8.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It's so cheap. But again, it's
I'll pick it up. I'll be there for the watch along.
Oh, top man. Yeah, because it's from what I remember, it's terrible. But there is some fun to be had with it.
So boring.
I think the fighting is the best out of the lot.
Yeah.
I think the fighting, just because they show more of it, and there's a lot of shots where they're in the daytime, and you get to see a lot more where they're being shadowed. And you get to see a bit, like the camera pans back a bit, and you get to see a bit more of the choreography going on. And because the suits aren't as good, they're quite slimmer. I guess they can move about a bit better in them, but it's just the animatronics on the heads and the script is just horrible. But they change locations, man. They switch it up. There's the parts where they're not on the turtles and where it's on other people. Those are actually quite beautifully cinematically done. It's just when it gets to the turtle. There is some funny moments in it. I'm actually bigging this movie up. Why am I doing this?
What that would have been.
Even Casey.
So
you go.
Can you imagine, like, if they used that film as an opportunity to bring in Usagi Yojimbo? Because that would have been unbelievable.
That's the thing, right? With the way that Turtles 2 was originally going to end would have changed part 3 for something like that with other stuff, like having the Krang species be in Professor Jordan, and he takes a used canister, and that set up a whole different number 3 where you could have Usagi come in, and like you obviously Turtles in Time, Usagi could have been a big part of that if they were going to continue to go the time travel route. Missed opportunity, massively missed opportunity. Yeah. So, and it's sad because even though obviously Secretly Used ain't as good as number 1, I still hold it dearly to my heart. And of course, one of the recent interviews I saw from the old Turtle Den, we had the writer of the movie and the producer on. They said they desperately want to do a sequel, but a straight sequel from part 1 done right. So they'll retcon 2 and 3. Now I'd watch it obviously straight away. Just can you not just retcon part 3? Yeah, we shit on number 2, but we still like it. Vanilla Ice is in it. You don't take that away from Vanilla Ice, okay? That's all he's got left in this world right now.
They're selling the storybook, the copy of the storybook. But don't you think $250 is too much?
Way. I was tempted to buy it until I looked at the price and saw how much.
Come on.
What is that?
They're copies. It's not even original.
Yeah, it's a print. It's a brand new print of the full script. All signed with like artwork and behind the scenes photos and stuff like that. It's like a new additional book.
But $250. Wow.
Yeah, that's way too much.
I mean,
crazy money.
Selling 70 is still high, very high price, but come on, 150. What was that?
I was tempted to email him, so I'll give you £50. Come on.
Yeah.
New stuff. But no, it's 250. No, 60. You put him on it. And it'll go on eBay for 10 times more. But yeah, I would really, it's like a really good piece of memorabilia to have. Now that Eastman is back in the game. Yeah.
Come on. He's a book. He's a book.
It's not just a book, it's memories. But yeah, so other than that, I mean, what else excited you this year, TMNT wise? I'm trying to think of some other beats that happened, sort of not really in order. But Pietro, what about yourself? Was there anything? I mean, the cartoon line, we had tons of the cartoon line hit all at once, didn't we?
Yeah.
And not enough to keep up with. I know we're still waiting. What's annoying is they drop like every week in America, yet we won't see ours for another like 3-4 months yet.
Yeah, we are too much behind. I don't like it. I don't like it. No.
I didn't ask for this.
No. I mean, we have to wait until April to get what is out already in America.
Yeah.
Then when we got this, we already behind for many, at least other 6 packs probably. So we are always behind. It's annoying.
With the cartoon line, yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Like the Krang, we haven't even had a pre-order for the Krang to go up yet.
We don't have.
I think we had the pre-order for the Splinter and Baxter, but the Krang, no, we haven't had a pre-order for that up yet. So we have no idea when they're going to drop here. And then now, obviously, which is another thing that sort of spawned another little dig into this year. If we're going to go that flip side, it is obviously the scalper market went nuts with the bots, especially with the Raph and KC2's pack. The horror stories I was hearing from that. And now again with the Krangs, people buying up all the Krangs.
And Splinter as well, Splinter Baxter.
And it's pretty evil out there. But yeah, I mean, that's the only site of the benefit here really is obviously because we don't have any stores that sell this shit apart from Food and Planets. All of ours has to be ordered online. So it's a bit harder to scalp over here, unfortunately.
I'll tell you something I wish now. The cartoon turtles I never got into the figures and stuff because it's too deep. Yeah. It's way too deep.
Yeah.
But a missed opportunity, which they may still do it, but for like maybe a loot crate for like 4 years would, since they have all the horror license, each Halloween do one of the slasher costumes. Do you remember? Was it Playmates that did those? All the turtles, like in the was it Jason?
Oh yeah.
Was that ever a thing?
No, it was a custom.
Oh, those were custom. Hey, well, it's a good opportunity to do that. I mean, since they've got all the horror license, that would be really cool to do.
I mean, weren't they at one point dressed up like Ghostbusters? I swear they had various different gimmicks
Yes.
dressed up like other franchises, you know. But horror versions, yeah, for sure. I mean, I think there's a point where they dressed up like wrestlers.
Killing on those.
Yeah, just mash up their franchises.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're already getting...
milked that line for a long time and had them in any variation. Basketball players that they, you know, they had them in every iteration you can imagine.
Yeah, for sure, and they could go down that route. I mean, we're already getting bunny suits, you know.
Well, they're coming out with the disguise, the masks, aren't they? The trench coat.
Yeah,
and the masks.
The price of that came dropped recently. Who was it? Showed me the price. Was it? It was in the chat when it was. I think it was $100 for the 4.
Yeah.
Which sort of price for that it would be charging, which makes sense. It's 4 figures in the pack.
But yeah, now it's 125.
Oh, it's gone up.
Yes.
Convenient.
So hopefully they will put something else inside.
Yeah, another figure would be nice.
Another one. That Krang in Android body, that seems quite reasonably priced. And that it looks incredible. I've not gone down the cartoon line, but just seeing that, it makes me want to buy it. It looks amazing.
I think it's 39.
That's
I mean, that's amazing because it's got some size to it.
Yeah, well, that's how much. What's his name? Brain fart. The mecha dude. Metalhead. There you go.
Yeah.
Was he 40 or was he 30?
No,
I can't remember.
30, yeah.
30? Okay.
Yeah, for the ultimate figure. Yeah, and a Krang as a hunk of plastic and a half, and he comes with so much in terms of accessories.
I think it's only 35 Krang.
That is not bad at all.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, some of their Predator figures are going for more than that. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And no, that's ridiculous amount. That's so good. I can't wait for that to drop.
You imagine just walking around Tesco and seeing that on the shelf for 35 quid. That would just be straight in my basket for sure.
Yeah.
This is what it was like being, you know, it's such a gutted feeling that we don't get to have this stuff in stores anymore. Because one of my childhood memories was, we weren't even in the shop that should be selling toys. I think we were in a Blockbuster and I was a kid and I was looking at movies, and I think it was at the ends of the aisles had the gondolas with all different merch on it that weren't actual movies you'd rent. And all of a sudden this box just slid in front of me as I was looking at something on the shelf, and I looked down and it was the original Turtle van in the box. You know, they were selling them there. I just looked at my dad and he just looked at me and smiled, and I just lost my shit, you know. And it's just like one of those things, finding it in store, and then you're like, oh my God, it's that happy feeling of finding it in store. And it's literally the only reason why I was like this with the cartoon line, because I did want to get into it. Krang was the thing that was going to pull me in, because I never had the Krang as a figure when I was a kid, like the Android body version. I always had the Walker one. And then, of course, Tom found me the deal, and yeah, the bastard made me spend a shitload of money before Christmas. And yeah, here we are.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm down in it now. I'm only missing the Casey and April, Baxter, Splinter, and the Krang, and that's as far as I'm going to go with the line.
Baxter and Splinter are musts.
Oh yeah, they both look awesome. Don't fall over. There you go. That's fine. But yeah, so I won't let myself go too far down that rabbit hole, because I know how deep it's getting. I will happily go down that rabbit hole with these guys, but not that I can't do 2. I just cannot. It's a bit like the whole Batman Mafex, whether I do Dark Knight or Hush, it's one or the other. I can't do both. So tell me, Zachary. Yeah, you've got a story with you now at the moment. Tell us, so you're moving away from toy photography, going on to street photography. Oh man.
Yep. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Zach's collection. Still,
yeah. Yeah. No, I just I don't know, man. I think I've talked to you several times about, you know, how I've viewed the community, and I think I may have done it on one of the shows, but I don't know. I'm just getting really overwhelmed with the copy and paste of a lot of stuff that I'm seeing, and it's people's imagination just isn't what it used to be. So as far as getting out of toys, probably completely. I'm keeping a bunch of my favorites.
Yeah.
But as far as really buying anything else, probably not.
No.
I got into film and regular street photography at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And it really just kind of pulled me in because no two pictures are going to be the same.
No.
Everybody's going to have a completely different photo.
Yeah.
So the community isn't as toxic either. So I think we can all agree that the toy community is just
it's
just pretty nasty.
Yeah, the nastiness is getting more and more. This year has made everything more hostile than it's ever been. And yeah, the tolerance is dissipating for a lot of it. We've seen it sort of, obviously we've had big shit going on. We had beer bug, there's election, there's all sorts, and it's seeped its way into the toy photography community. Like if someone put up something political in ACBA, the fucking comment section went nuts, and they'd have to turn it off. And then there's people arguing back and forth. I mean, I will always throw, just some cheeky jabs at Star Wars here and there. And I just, because that's just fun for me. If I see a funny meme, I'm going to share it. It's
of course.
Memes are I'm not like insulting anyone proper. It's just fun.
They don't think so.
Don't cancel me. Yeah, and then cancel culture just went straight through the roof, and it kind of just turned. It was very hard to enjoy an online presence. So yeah, I see where you're coming from, man. And in terms of you are seeing a lot of the same shot, and I don't mind it as much. People's different interpretation of something, but I can see it being feeling a bit stale.
I think it's turned into a competition. Who can get this figure first? Who can shoot it first? And then once somebody shoots it, everybody else tries to recreate somebody who did it first. I don't know. To each his own, I guess. I'm getting a little tired of it personally. So no, I can't say that I've never, tried to recreate a shot or something, but I look back on it and I'm like, why did I do that? So I don't know.
What's the street photography community like then? Is it I mean, I guess it's booming now, but I don't know how it is with the lockdowns. Are you be able to get out and all, and actually shoot?
Actually, it's I think it's got a lot more inspiration to it. There's a lot more imagination as far as seeing the people, the community, people out in the city, like New York, for instance. A big thing that's popped up is mask photography. So a lot of people are doing candid shots of people wearing their masks in ridiculous ways, or catching the people look like idiots. It's just, I don't know, man. It's really cool. And a lot of people are taking this opportunity around America to go travel, go on vacation, go to see the country. There's no sense in having to travel all across the world to capture beauty when you got it all in your backyard. So
it's true. It's true.
And it saves money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, your country, Jesus, you've got about 5 countries, the size of 5 countries in one big land mass. It's mental. I mean, that's the thing. I always love it when Australia, their minds blow when they come to the UK and think, you've got France and Germany right on your doorstep. Why do you not go to them all the time? We're like, no, because they're just there. We want to go to places like you're far away, But like you say, there's some beautiful places here that I've only seen this much in my own country. I've seen more of the world than I have in my own land. And the places, the bits and pieces I have seen, it's been beautiful. Wales was just amazing. Apart from the road signs looking like someone's just mashed a keyboard, the beauty, the landscape there is crazy when we went down there. It's true. But yeah, I'd love to get to go to America again at some point. I haven't been since I was a kid, and see, just see some of the sites around there. Not the big city stuff either, just some more of the country. It's like when you went camping and doing all of that. It's like, I haven't done that in so long. And just as a toy photographer, I'd never experimented with doing outside toy photography with natural light. Just because if I did it out here, I've got a park that's right by my house. I'll just look like a fucking crazy person if I started.
Hey, fucker, what are you doing?
Yeah. Or someone's dog will just come along, grab my figure and start running off with it, you know, after chasing around the park. I'll get a bunch of yo-yo-yos being like, what are we doing, bruv? What are you doing, yeah? Buy some cigarettes, yeah, fucking man. And just, yeah, all that shit. But yeah, so I mean, I'd love to do that, just to get out and about a bit. But I mean, the only traveling I've done this year was actually visiting yourself, Pietro. That's the most I've traveled this year, you know. And we'll do it as soon as we're out of tier 4 now. That's what reminds me, Maverick. What tier are you in up there?
3 still. So.
Oh, lucky. I don't know how. Some rural parts of the country were in tier 3, whereas London was in tier 2, and then we got finally moved to tier 3, and now we're into tier 4, which is basically lockdown without it calling lockdown. So it's mental. So whenever that drops and we can start visiting other people again, I'll be straight round Pietro shooting some more of the dioramas.
Yeah,
for sure, mate. You've got to keep building them so I can keep shooting them.
Hey, you got to do the shack from 2.
Yeah,
you gotta start working on that next.
I was about to ask you actually, Pietro. You're working on some cartoon diorama stuff now.
Yeah, but I haven't got so far. I stopped for a while. I still have to do yours.
Oh yeah, no, take your time with that. That's just a work in progress for however long you need to, mate.
I'm just waiting for my holidays now, Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
Let's see. But yeah, now I have to think about Token Raza.
Yeah, exactly.
As well.
That.
But the only thing is copying NECA. I mean, there's no much choice. It's bothered me a bit.
Well, if you look at it, NECA copied the film. So you just be copying the film. Just you'll have NECA as reference photos of the film.
Yeah, it's just everyone gonna do that probably.
Oh yeah, you just have to make sure yours is better than everyone else.
You should work on the alleyway Coliseum thing where the turtles fought Token Razar. You remember it was like kind of like a little stadium almost, but it was like in the back in between the building. Or was it a construction site or something?
Yeah, we had the levels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is cool. It's just too big.
That's a big diorama, for sure.
You're on Christmas vacation. Go ahead and start on it.
Yeah, man. Exactly. You could just do one corner that you could then move around to shoot other. You make it look 10 times bigger than what it is. But yeah, that'd be cool, man. That's just the thing. It's just one of those movies that
Massive.
Inspiration for sets and shots that you could do and diorama building. Maverick, yourself, do you have any dioramas yourself? Have you explored any toy photography, or are you just collecting?
So this is something that I started doing recently. This is it's kind of what brought me to your channel in the first place, because I started wanting to get into toy photography and into some dioramas. So I was searching for some turtle videos, and that's what I stumbled upon yourself.
Nice.
So it's definitely something I want to get into more into 2021. So yeah, I did attempt to do one. So another big passion of mine is Dragon Ball. So I do love Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
So I've started on one of them, but I think I got a little bit sidetracked when the Last Ronin came out. It was a bit like, ooh, shiny. So
yeah, and that is a beautiful segue, because we're going to stay on you, mate.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it's great that you're experimenting, because that's the thing. The great thing about these Turtles figures, they're so damn photogenic. You know, as soon as you get the focus on them, it's like, fuck me, you can see every single dimple in their face. And it just makes every shot look crispy clean. You know, everyone wants to get that shot that's so crisp, and you see other people doing it. Why aren't my shots getting so crisp? Just put one of them in front of your camera. You'll get what you want. They're extraordinary. But yes, so obviously segue into The Last Ronin, another big thing that happened this year. We've got that book. We had a chance to read it. Zach, did you get to read the issue in the end as well?
I read issue 1. Issue 2 is not out yet, right?
No, January. That one.
Yeah, issue 1 was fantastic. It called all the shots for me. I definitely expected it to be. I mean, I don't want spoiler alert for anybody. I knew it was going to be him. So talk about character progression, you know.
Unbelievable. Yeah, they kept that one sort of, it's a coin flip all the way through the book. Like, even I had doubts, even though I was kind of certain who it was going to be, and had doubts until the very end where it was revealed. But yeah, great book. Cannot wait to see how it all plays out. and it's good that Eastman is back. Not so much Laird is weird. He's in it by name, but it doesn't seem to be that much more involved. Same. Hopefully they get to do another project, because apparently there's talk of a prequel and a sequel series to it. So all the more the merrier. Just give me it all. But yes, and that has obviously led to Randy from NECA saying that he would love to explore more other comic book figures. Definitely The Last Ronin's interested him, but Maverick has come along and beat him to it. So why don't you pop the bastard out?
There we go.
Oh, yes. That is amazing. Yeah, that is awesome. Soft goods as well.
Turn it, yes.
Turn it for me. Turn it. That's beautiful, man. So talk us through the recipe of how you put that together.
So I went with the TMNT movie Wrath.
Yeah.
I think basically because he was the only one who had a face that was slightly stern. All of the rest of them didn't really work out. So I went with that as like the base.
Yeah.
And then after that, that's when I used the Millie put there to add all the sculpt on there with the armor pieces. Because that's in my comfort zone. Then I like to use the sculpted material, but for the clothing, I couldn't see any other way around it because he's got like multiple layers of clothing and hoods. I just couldn't see any other way around it of like sculpting something like that intricate and still keeping the articulation. So
yeah, it would have been challenging.
That's when I went down the soft goods route, which is really like my first time kind of doing a custom with soft goods and. Like whilst doing it, I was thinking, Mezco can have it. They can keep it. I'm not going to take it from them because it was not easy at all, especially with like his proportions, like trying to get the clothes to fit around the shell.
Yeah,
it was difficult.
Nightmare.
But now it's finished.
Yeah,
it's I'm pleased with it because like usually when I finish a custom, I'm like, I'm my own biggest critic of my own work.
Yeah, same here, mate. Same here.
But I'm actually looking at it thinking, do you know what? Actually, I'm pleased with how that turned out, and definitely like this. I think the soft goods going to add something to it for sure. So I'm really pleased.
I can't see any like if a company was going to attempt to do one, I can't see them doing. I want soft goods now rather than anything else, and that's the thing. I think NECA would just go full sculpt, and if Mezco was to die, and there was a tease that Mezco might be doing something TMNT in their little artwork poster with that little turtle hand and pizza coming out the sewer thing, and it's like, what are they going to be doing? But it have to be soft goods because that's incredible what you've done there. I've not even attempted soft goods because of that very reason. There's something I wanted to. So yeah, this blew me away as soon as I saw it, man. So
it's like. As well as doing custom figures, like I was quite into like cosplay as well. So I used some of the techniques for that.
Oh,
in which like I covered him in tape and then kind of drew on the design of the shirt that I wanted and then cut that out and used that as a template for a pattern. So it was and so that's kind of what really helped. It's just like you just kind of like have to think about each little thing as you come across it. So like the hood, I wanted I wanted his head to still turn with the hood, so I did that as a separate piece that kind of
cool.
The peg hole kind of still fits through, so I can turn his head and his hood moves with it.
Fucking hell.
That's brilliant.
Just because I really wanted to recreate that image from the cover, the way he's looking to the side. So I tried to do that as one of my pictures on my Instagram, with that shot with the sun behind or the moon behind him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like say it's just kind of like thinking about how would I make each piece and what would I make it out of? Like the shoulder armors, like that's foam.
I was going to ask actually, what parts were what went into the different parts? I was going to ask was the shoulder. I thought the shoulders are actually sculpted, but you said that's foam, is it?
Yeah, so that's just like an EVA foam piece. So
Gotcha.
that heated that up and then bent it into shape, and then treated it and then painted it on. And all the rest, like all the pouches, that's just sculpt. So I took a molding of it was the Mezco Punisher and one of his pouches. Took a mold of that and then just kind of made it over and over again because I couldn't get that detailed sculpt that many times.
Pouches
on the belt. But everything else, like the the goggles around his head there, and everything else is just hand sculpted.
That's crazy. So what are the goggles sculpted as well?
Yeah, I actually I put some cling film over his face, and then just kind of like sculpted them over him so they actually can fit over his eyes.
Yes. Nice. I love it. That's the ideas that you come up with to create certain things. Because I mean, like yourself, when you're in the middle of a custom, you have an idea going in, but then the rest of it sort of just comes to you as you're building it. But some things like you have to figure out. I've never had a custom where I've known exactly how I'm going to build it straight off the bat.
Yeah,
there's always been a rough idea, and then I'll just figure it out as I go along. And eventually it either works or it doesn't. And but yeah, no, that's pulled it off massively, man. So yeah, so the fabric, so the sculpt work around the feet as well, the ankles.
Yeah, so I did some just a piece of thin plastic for the base of the shoes, which are glued on, then sculpted over for the straps. Had to do a bit of Dremel work on the back of the legs to kind of keep the paint for paint rub.
Yeah.
But everything else, really, I didn't really need to worry too much about paint rub because it's just the soft goods. So
yeah,
I did the pants and the undertop as a separate piece. This is connected to the belt, and then just the outer robe as well, which kind of went over the top, and then the shoulder pads just basically sewed and glued where I could.
I was going to ask how you attached them, actually.
Yeah, so it was sewed on, and then in places I'm just like, do you know what? I'm just going to glue this on.
yeah. There comes to a point where you have to say, you know what, it's done. Otherwise, I could be working on this forever. Just improving little bits here and there. I look at mine, I'm thinking, do you know what? I could really do other bits to this. I'm like, no, Ben, I'll be here forever doing it. Call it done. You do get to that point. But yeah, so and the back with all the weapons on. What's that ring? Is that another?
Again, that's just sculpted using milliput. I made a ring for it, and then I had some string which I attached the weapons on, and then that just kind of goes around him and back through again. Use some elastic as well for some of the additional weapons.
Oh yeah,
bits of elastic on there so these can fit on for his tonfas. So I think one of the more challenging parts of it really was just kind of deciding what colors things were, because like looking through the comic, it's very dark and it's like different lighting. It can change color from scene to scene.
Yeah.
So it was actually quite difficult to find good reference images throughout that where things aren't in shadow.
Yeah. A consistent image of something, just so, okay, it's definitely that color.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. And like from panel to panel as well, like some of the pads can change size and shape. So it's just a case of like, choose which one you want to go with.
Yeah, ends up becoming like your own interpretation almost, like, but I think that's just bang on. I just don't think you could got any closer to it, to be honest.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Like just like little details, like his left knee pad, it's quite square, whereas the movie one is quite rounded. So I had to kind of Dremel them down, even though nobody would notice that or even know I'd done that. It's that's just the perfectionist in me. Exactly.
Yeah, I feel it. Exactly. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, mate. You would notice it, and that's it's little details that would just go completely over people's heads. It's like with this. It's like the little tiny veins that just you won't see at all. All you'll see is the big predominant ones, but in between I was like, I can make these pop if I just do that, and all the little one, and it's a detail. It's like you say, it's just the anal detailist in me as well. That when you look at it, you go like, yeah, and I feel it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's nothing bigger than those small things. But you're
exactly.
Venom figure.
Little subtle details like that.
Your Venom figure. When I saw your pictures on Instagram, like I hated the movie, that Venom movie. I did not like it at all. But as soon as I saw your pictures, I'm like, oh man, I really want that figure. That looks amazing.
It's a great figure.
That's the thing. It's like when I found in the movie too. I love Tom Hardy, and it's like I watched it. Okay, so all right, okay. At least it looks better than the Part 3 Tobey Maguire one. But I hated the fact it was connected to the current iteration of Spider-Man. I did not like the fact that it didn't have the spider symbol. But I was like, okay, this is what we're going with. Fine. And because obviously I did that big Venom from 2 years ago, made that a project, and it's kind of like, right, I'm invested in this thing now. And the thing is, though, despite the movie not being great, as an action figure, it's a damn good action figure. The sculpt is there. A brand new buck with the articulation. I love seeing people try and do, they're pulling it off like crazy. A comic book version stylized on that body, and it looks incredible.
They do.
So yeah, being able, just the factory paint is just what let it down, and you'll see when I say it in the video, just across the teeth, it's just like one splodge of this plain white paint, and you can see the potential in it. And as soon as you applied a wash to it, and it just pulled out every single one of those teeth, and you just brought them out highlighted, and it looks like he's got a full set of dentures. And the eyes as well, and it's just the potential's there. Just needed a little bit of tender loving care with the paintwork, and I'm glad I got it to look the way it did, because again, like you say, I'm critiquing my own work. I'm my worst critic, and I'm really pleased with how that turned out.
Yeah, you should be. It's fantastic.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm posting on ACBA for a while, and that thing just took off like a fucking bat out of hell. So I was like, okay, and it weren't that. It was just I spent ages trying to get that. I did a few just basic shots, here and there in the little diode, just like sort of like what D Amazing would do, just pose here, pose there, doing this and all that. And then I just wanted one good, solid ACBA shot. And I was playing with vape. I was trying to get the lighters in, and to be honest, all it mattered was as long as I got the details of the face, and the face was in the focus, in the frame, the rest of the background didn't matter. It could have been a stick, or anything. It could have been this, just in the background. You wouldn't have seen it because it was out of focus. It's just one of those things. So yeah, I'm glad the picture came out as well as the custom. So yeah, hopefully people enjoy the video. So annoyingly, I just dropped it about 10 minutes before I did this, but no, it's cool. But yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. But yeah, I love when you showed me the sculpt work you'd done on the wrinkles in the chin and the cheeks. Fucking brilliant. Because give him that age.
Cheers. I tried to definitely capture the age. So looking through the panels at where he's got all those lines, and brought all that detail out with a nice wash. Yeah. I'm definitely happy with how it came out for sure. So
yeah, no, you did well, mate. Did well. I kind of you could do a Last Ronin April with the old Linda Hamilton dark plate figure, because she looks the haggard look of April just looks just give it the brown hair. Just I don't know, trying to find a yellow jumpsuit somewhere. It'd be so good.
No.
Yeah, potential's there.
As soon as issue 2 comes out, I'll see that and I'll be like, right, I need a raft now with all these gear on.
Yeah, if they start showing us how they look when they're doing the flashback portions, yeah, it's going to be hot. I would love to see some figures of that for sure. But yeah, man, can't wait for the second issue.
If NECA ever do release an official version, then I'll happily send him your way to do a custom versus official comparison.
That would be great. Yes, that would be great. Yeah. Definitely, just to compare the two. For sure, mate. That'll be awesome, because I love that. Yeah, because I sent Rob back his figure, and that was great having to do that. But that's just a little fun thing I love doing. Because I always think, okay, why does someone make a custom of that, knowing there's probably going to be a figure? Like I'm seeing it all the time on the Back to the Future group, right? Because we've got the figures. There's a chap on there that's doing all the different variations of. He's doing Cowboy Marty, Cowboy Doc. He's doing a Griff at the moment, and they're looking really good. And I'm thinking they probably will do a figure of that, and that I'm sort of conflicted, because a part of me doesn't like doing something that's already on its way out or already done. At the same time,
I think
it's kind of like I like the challenge. This is exactly why I did the regular Secret of the Use Shredder, because it's like, sod it, I'm going to have some fun with this. At least I get to have it now before the official one comes out. So I get the both sides of it. So I fall in both.
And with each figure you do, it's kind of like you get another string to your bow. I'm feeling more comfortable with soft goods now. So It's just you learn each time. You learn something new, like a new technique that you can put into your next one. So,
yes,
it's always good to have a go.
Yeah, for sure. I love trying to find something I haven't done before and putting that into the next one. And just even when it comes to repainting, you know, I try, like with the eyes, I had no idea how I was going to pull off the where it looks like, you know, it's all sort of meshed into one, rather than just being neat white eyes, you know, where it looks like the symbiote sort of clawing its way into the eyes. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to pull that off? And I just try, okay, let's just try a black wash, and then just wiping it away and see what that looks like. And it came out fine. So I know I'm pretty good with painting veins now, pretty confident with that. To do something similar to that, and then it's just you find different ways of pulling off effects, even if it's just with a repaint. But like you, I'll try and apply something different in each one. I like trying to accommodate all sorts. Like I'll try and accommodate a kit bash, a sculpt, and a repaint all in one figure, and it's just the amalgamation of the three brings it out. Yeah, for sure. But no, it's kind of like yourself with the inspiration of Pietro. Now, I would like to try my hand at some more diorama building as well, just for little displays in my DTOF. And so I might focus a bit of the next year, like leaning into that direction more. So I've still got projects to do, but yeah. So I'll be bowing to you and Tom, Pietro, on the diorama knowledge. So I want you next year, Pietro, to try a hand at a custom action figure, because Tom's going to do one.
Yeah.
That'll be quite
great.
cool. You sure you don't want to get back into collecting, Zach? You sure we're not enticing you at all? No? Fair play. No, that's good though. But yeah, so with that, I think it came round to basically, yeah, the last Ronin. Can't wait for that to come out, and then we've got obviously people's Token Razars are dropping, and yeah, just rolling into next year with everything that's going on. I think we had a bloody good year for TMNT.
Are you talking about this?
How do I mute him and turn off his? All right.
Maybe this one.
This is technically online bullying, you know this, right? Oh yeah, massage yourself. Yeah, I hope you tread on it, Pietro. Honestly, if I weren't going to give Tom my second set, I would use the other set as a burglary deterrent, just having Pokar just upside down in front of the front door. It's like step on that.
There's a good thing about me getting it now. I stop annoying you, at least.
It's true. It's true. Every day in the chat, it would be like, "Oh, it's not arrived yet. Why hasn't it arrived yet? Why hasn't it?" I get it. I know. Now you get.
I didn't want to disturb you yesterday morning because my tracking was saying in transit. Again, it say it's with your local depot, and then the tracking changed to is in transit, Belgium. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah. Like, fuck off, Jean-Claude Van Damme. I want my Token Raza.
I was like, I want to text Ben, but I said, no, maybe not.
No, sorry. I had other people. I had John Aerosmith, and who else did I have? Rob Howcroft, both messaging me with updates of them getting theirs, because they're so excited. And I was happy for them, man. I was like, it's great that you want to. I was just like, but just understand, I haven't received a notification for mine yet. So a little piece of me is dying inside each time you send a notification. So I'm just doing this. And every time I responded, they're like, oh my God, it's almost here. And I'm like, great. You know, good for you. Yeah. So don't worry. I'm sort of desensitized to it now, you know, anymore. And I'm just like, yay.
I told you, if you want, I have another one. You can get it.
You do. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. If I start doing this, be like, got any more of them Token Razars? If I start, you know, flinching and twitching in my eyes, and yeah, just send it to me, because you know I need that plastic crack. But yeah, I think I'll be okay. I think it'll be all right. But yeah, man. So everyone's, but just you know, get all your toy shots out the way, because when I get mine, I'll be coming with it.
Bringing on the heat.
I love seeing other people's toy shots though, because they can just sometimes just like, you know what? I don't even have to do it. That's it. You've done it. You absolutely done it. You nailed it. But yeah, so we've got tons more to look forward to, man. But yeah, other than that, I mean, highlights of the year. One of the biggest letdowns of the year for me, obviously, was the Back to the Future figures, and I still really enjoy them. I just didn't think they had the wow that I was hoping for when they dropped. I mean, I saw Zach, you got rid of all yours, didn't you?
I thought they. Sorry, go.
Oh, you go ahead.
No, I was saying like I thought they will make me like start collecting something else, but at the end,
I did too.
At the end, they didn't.
Yeah.
The face is not that, man.
Yeah.
Shamefully, I know. I agree. Sculpture, just again with the paintwork, it's a shame.
Yeah.
But you know, they're nice enough to look at. I doubt I'll take pictures of them, to be honest. More like you say, Maverick, I'm having more fun with the Playmobil. The Battlefield Playmobil is kicking ass right now.
Yeah.
And Zach as well, you know, we're so fucking excited for that. Yes.
I'm going you to this, Ben, as well, because it
this
was
is
your
a state of mind right now.
Your video, Ben.
Oh, hold on.
You on this.
Let me get mine.
Hey.
Guys, I don't have it now, but it's a present for my son, so I gonna get him one.
Oh, nice. That's a great dad right there. That's a great dad. Don't worry.
So Christmas Day. I
tell you what. Where is it? Where is it? Come here, you. Come here, you. I got a new one.
Hey, did you see the truck? Did you see the images of the truck?
Yeah, and the pond playset from 2015.
Yeah.
You know, but the truck, that's so random, but I love it.
That's an interesting choice to come out with next, definitely.
I know, right?
Not the train, but I know what the one, Marty's truck.
I just want a Biff in a tracksuit waxing it. Go on. Either red or green, I don't mind. Yeah, are we going to get, you know, the George McFly's smashed in car from the beginning of #1 next, you know? You never told me I had a blind spot. Yes,
what they'll do is they'll just give us a brown brick, and it'll be the wrapped up version from part 3.
Yeah, I can see that happening. But yeah, now Playmobil kicking ass right now with it. So yeah, having 10 times more fun with them at the moment. We'll put mine back together soon. Hopefully going to get that done this week. I want to get it done before the end of the year because I'm back in the fight now. So yeah, it's just great sets, man. So it's a shame because I know you. I'm gonna keep pestering you, Zach. I'm gonna keep pestering you. It's Playmobil. If there's going to be any angle getting you back into collecting, I think it's going to be Playmobil.
It could be. I mean, if they had gone the route of the mystery mini bags, like I got hooked on those.
Nice.
With with Scooby-Doo. Those were a lot of fun. But I don't know. No, I know I still got my pre-order open for Doc, and I'm probably going to keep that because honestly, out of all of them that came out, Part 2 and Doc were the only two I really cared about.
Yeah.
So
we've got our favourites, yeah. And Doc looks like he's the best looking one out the lot so far. He looks really, really good the way they've done it.
Yeah.
Did you see the digital? They put up the NECA does they're doing the year of downloads or whatever.
I saw that. Yeah, I didn't know what that was about.
And well, at the top right corner for Back to the Future, they had the audition Marty.
Oh yeah,
coming out with the black guitar.
Yeah, I saw that, and it's I've actually got that pre-ordered as well. But of course, the online stores, all they did was show a picture of the movie because it wasn't an official image yet.
Yeah.
So they kept that one under lock and key. But yeah, it just again. It'll be another Marty. Like I said, they'll probably do every single wardrobe change throughout all 3 movies. They'll do a figure of.
I still want Prom Night Marty. That's like that one for me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I want Marty Jr.'s sister. Just to have that figure in hand and be like, I actually own this. This is great. Mom, is that you? Yeah, got to be done.
With the dehydrated Pizza Hut. As an accessory,
right? We know the story with Crispin Glover and the whole copyright thing, right? And the reason why NECA has to fight for likeness rights because that's fucking law they put in because of him. But because Part 2 didn't use him, do you think we could get a 2015 upside down George McFly?
That would be hilarious.
Oh, out on the golf course, yeah. Just I would love that. That would be brilliant. That would be absolutely fire. But yeah, they're going to do it. Defenders of the Earth. I mean, I wasn't that massive on the cartoon, but I thought they were great doing it. But they've done no promo for it at all.
No, they haven't. They look awesome too.
Yeah. I mean, I know they've put 3 here in the UK for pre-order, European, and the retailers aren't allowed to sell them worldwide either. So I don't know what the hell that's about. Very, very random. But yeah, oh, actually, speaking of which, did you, Zach, are you still, I know you're now collecting, but are you a member of any of the Facebook groups, or have you left them all?
No, I'm still on most of them.
Did you see, I don't know if you're still in the NECA collector group, someone put up a bunch of pictures of Super Shredder with a wired cape.
Oh, I did. That looked insane.
Yeah, that looks absolutely mental. Let me just bring that up, because they put so many pictures out, and even though obviously he only lasted about 30 seconds in the movie, in terms of like display options, it was awesome. Let me just bring that out right now. Bear with me 2 seconds. Facebook. Bang. I'll get it shared as minute as well. Right, okay. NECA toy, is it NECA Toy Collectors? Yeah, NECA Toy Collectors, that was the one. Waiting for it to load. So apart from TMNT, to Pietro and Maverick, is there anything you've got pre-ordered that you're really, really looking forward to? I mean, obviously I know Pietro, it's all about the TMNT, but I mean, what's your most anticipated TMNT thing that you got pre-ordered? And Maverick, anything that you've got pre-ordered that you can't wait for?
The movie accessory pack, for sure.
Yeah, that's actually,
yeah. Because it's my favorite line. And
yeah, good call on that one.
For me, I was really excited when NECA announced the Puppet Master figures.
Oh yeah.
Straight, I mentioned like it's just the scale puts me off. It's a really odd choice because they've gone with like 4 inches around that size, and it doesn't make sense to me, because like if they've gone for like a 7-inch scale, because obviously I'm not sure what they were going with that height. So I mean, I would prefer them to be 7 inches. But still, I'm excited. I've got them pre-ordered, so I'll have them. But I just wish they were a bit bigger. And then the other one was Toys R Us did a 4-pack of the 2-foot soldiers, Splinter and Shredder. So they put that together as a wave, because I'd not got a Splinter and a Shredder yet. So
oh yeah. No, fair play. Yeah, have they shipped them out yet? I know you got the 2-pack of the foot soldiers, right?
So yeah, because they were both up for release in November.
Yeah.
And I've got the 2-pack through, but he said that he put together a 4-pack of individuals for that.
Gotcha.
So I sent them a message, and they said that they've got them in now, so they should be shipping soon. So I'll get them through.
Nice, yeah, because I mean, we've seen. That's what annoys me a little bit as well with the 2-pack thing in America. We had the 2-pack of obviously the 4 turtles, but because we were still selling singles here, I have no idea if we'll ever see those 2-packs in UK or when. And also same with the Splinter Shredder 2-pack, which comes with those extra accessories.
Yeah.
Because we still got the new batch of the singles come rolling in. No idea when we'll see that 2-pack, because even though I've got multiples of both, I'm going to have to get that 2-pack.
That's it. Like I was like in a predicament of do I cancel that 4-pack because I've got my 2-pack of foot soldiers, and should I wait for the other 2-pack because I know I'm going to want all those extra Splinter hands? Or do I just hold out?
Agreed. They should have. He's a one part I'll give the Mad Hatter on is that the original should have had extra hands. And like you, I'd already put in an order for another single before I realised a 2-pack was coming. I wish I hadn't, because I wanted one to have chained up. That's why these belts undone. And I was also tempted to do a video on how to tie Splinter's belt into an actual Karate Gi belt knot, but I realised it's only the San Diego exclusive Splinter that has the belt that's really, really long. The single carded one, they shortened it, because you can do it on the really long one. Because I was going to do an April Fool's joke as like, just a custom quickie video. Here's how you tie Splinter's knot into an actual Karate Gi. First of all, you do this, and then you go onto YouTube and you do it yourself. And I was just going to end the video there with, I made another funny, but then I just couldn't be asked, because all it is a simple YouTube tutorial on how to do it, and you can do it. But yeah, the the single carded ones, they shorten the bloody belt on it. But yeah, I have no idea if when we'll see these 2-pack, because I want that melted pizza slice. Which cracks me up on a load of reviews that you've seen for people who have reviewed that 2-pack. And they're like, oh yeah, it comes with a nice pizza slice. And yeah, and then they move on. I'm like, wait, I want to see it on his head. And then they
nobody
show that. They show the pet, and he's just holding it. And he goes, here he can hold his pizza slice. And
it's
melting upwards,
right? It's a weird shape.
Yeah,
of course it is.
I'm like, no, it goes on his head. Why don't you show off that? And he goes, oh, I did. It's in this part of the video. It's like, no, that's just in his hand. Why aren't you showing it on his head? It's melting upwards. Do you not realize? Oh, well, you got the slippers on though. You got to. Oh no, it's just like 2020. These are the problems we face in 2020. But let me share this screen. Let me know if you can all see this. Right. Can you all see that? Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I think what he's done is obviously replaced the cape. It looks really good because they've gone with this glittery sort of fabric. But man alive, this just takes it up a notch. If I go through the pics.
Wow.
Yeah, he's done some real great photography with it as well. That's just standard. Great photo though, but standard. Let me see.
Yeah.
Just the wind blowing. It's a great dial. I want that dial. Where's another great photo? Come on. But yeah, he's done well with this cape, and it looks really good. Now don't put your random pictures in there, man. Get that cape flow. There you go. Look at that.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. So
didn't he do some like standard white background promotional shots too?
He did indeed. I'm going to keep scrolling until we get to him.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if this was like a different post or something.
Yeah, no, he just put like 34 pictures up, so it's just getting round to that. I love the pose on Donny here. I don't know what he's doing with the foot soldier here. He's trying to turn him into a Mortal Kombat character. I don't know. But yeah, that's it's just a matter of scrolling through. Okay, that's pretty sick.
Oh, that's sick. That's a sick shot.
I like the motion blur on that a lot, actually. Great angle as well. It's inspiring me. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, I'm jealous of this guy's photography now.
Wow, amazing.
Let's get to the scroll through and get to this white background ones. These are pretty generic. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Show it off in its full glory. So we've got this one here. We've got another. It's gone full like trying to do the Batman Hush from Mafex, just wrap it around it. There we go. Yeah. The cape
right
my arm points.
This one is great. It's great.
That's good.
I'm so tempted to add wires to just the regular shredder cape, but because it's a great cape, but I just can't get the poses.
Oh, what extra wires? Okay, because the regular cape does have two, doesn't it? But they're not really great. They're pretty flimsy. No, I agree. If they were sort of like more rigid here, because they're not, they just drape over. You could probably get them, proper do a Mafex Batman style. But yeah, I know what you mean. So I've only kept it on the one. I kept it off the other. But yeah, so it just takes this up a notch a bit. I mean, I would love to have this on mine. I doubt I'll do this on mine, to be honest. But just nice seeing what can be done.
And how good would the end of TMNT 2 have been if it was anywhere near, if there was a fight scene anywhere near as good as these pictures?
Yeah.
Right. It would have just the rest of the movie would have been forgiven. It would have been like a Rogue One where it's kind of like, okay. And then the last 10 minutes was just flat out badass. Yeah. That would have been sick.
Yeah.
Why did they not use him more? He just killed himself like a twat. Still made for a great costume. I still can't work out how Mutagen can just, make his metal parts grow. But hey, movie magic. There. Look at that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Max Bird. Bird is a word. Yeah, great work on that. Okay. All right, let's kill that. Right, here. Okay. So yeah, man, it's just been a great year for TMNT. I think we went for another great year next year. Last Ronin. I believe there was news that a potential new TV series of some kind is happening. I don't know if it's live action or animated, because they're doing the Rise of the TMNT movie. They're doing the what's his name? Seth Rogen's doing an animated movie.
Yep.
No clue on how that's going to turn out. But I don't know if we're going to get another
there's
live
a
action
project called Next Chapter, right?
Yeah, because the old Turtle Den, great channel. Shout out to him. He put up the news of it. So the listing is there. We just no idea what it's going to consist of. So, but yeah, this the TMNT, man, it's the franchise that never dies, and I hope it never does.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, Pietro, question for you, mate. Would there be any other line? I know you would love to, but what line would start you collecting something else? What other franchise do you love?
I mean, for me, it's Fist of the North Star.
Fist of the North Star. Yeah, I think we did agree.
Yeah. Then they have to nail it. Like, there's no other way I would buy. Like, there must be like the anime.
Yeah, don't settle for anything less either. So yeah, Maverick, I've got to ask, the stuff behind you. Yeah, I'd take us through some of that, because it just looks so impressive behind you, but I can't actually tell what some of it is.
So top shelf, we've got that's my Gundam shelf. So I do love my Gundams. I've got my NECA stuff going on here. Got my NECA Batman, if you can see.
Oh yeah. Is that the Keaton one?
It is, yeah.
I like it, yeah.
Definitely. And then further down, this was
Akira
bike, yeah. I think I must have watched Dripperama's video on that bike so many times, because I kept on watching it over and over and thinking that is unbelievable. So I had to buy it because that bike design is incredible.
It's awesome. I love bike designs like that. Yeah, it's great.
Definitely.
Yeah. I haven't checked out his new video yet. Actually, I've got to do that. I'll do that tonight.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. Amazing Yamaguchis. So we've got further down there. We've got all my amazing Yamaguchis. So this is another a custom Yamaguchi that I did. So that was my brown costume Wolverine variant.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then I've got Dragon Ball going on at the bottom here. So again, I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. So these are all my model kits that I've built.
Did you? I don't know, because my friend loves Dragon Ball as well. I don't know that much about it, but the massive monkey one, the figure they just dropped. Is that something you? Oh, is that a Predator mask behind you?
Oh yeah. So, I said,
how casual? Just oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's a Predator.
So I said I got into doing cosplay. So this is one that I built. So this is one of my Predator helmets. So it's still a work in progress, because you can see I've been making the dreadlocks. So like I sculpted all the back of the head. So I just need to add a lot more dreadlocks. But yeah,
coming along beautifully, mate. Stop it. Oh,
wow, that's
cheers, mate.
That is awesome. No, nice one. How long have you been cosplaying for?
Not too long, really. Just the last few years, really. Like in Manchester, they do like a big convention, so it's only really been happening for about 5 years now. But I usually go to that every year, and I try to a little bit. Try and get dressed up for it. So it's just good fun. Like I say, I've always been like a really creative person. So anytime I can try and apply that to something, I'll do it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't blame you. Yeah, because a friend of mine as well. He, I remember one we used to, because a lot of our birthdays in my friends here that I grew up with, we have our birthdays right around the same time. So we'd sort of try and most of the years get like just a big party for all of us to celebrate and get all our mates in. Saves us having to celebrate on each night and just cost a shitload of money going out. So on a couple of occasions we'd just hire out a hall and we'll do like a fancy dress costume party. My friend also was DJ, so he just had his kit up with a playlist and just let the music go. And one of the costume parties that we had, he built a full-blown Iron Man suit with foam. lights and everything, and you had to get ready out in the car and then walk in with it, and it was just hilarious because you couldn't see shit. So as he's making his way across the car park into the hall, he was veering off like he was about to walk into the wall or some shit, so we had to handle him as he's made his way in. But that was crazy. But yeah, and we loved that. We'd go to the MCMs. I think the big one we did, because that's the big sort of San Diego style convention that we have here, and it moves around the UK, as you know. And they had, I think it was nearly 3 years ago, they just brought it to Liverpool for the first time, because I knew they did it twice a year here in London, but we wanted to do it obviously in cosplay, and it made a weekend of it. So we went up there, and yeah, I spent about a year curating a Dark Knight Rises Bane costume. So I had a mask that was tailored for my head, made out of rubber. That was about £100. I bought the jacket, proper one, that was about another 200, and the vest as well was about another. The whole thing cost about 350 quid.
Wow.
And then the trousers and stuff, and I weathered it and did all sorts of shit. So that was great going down there doing that. Our friend was Arrow, and he had the one that was Iron Man was Deathstroke that time. So the dressing up part, it was just so much fun. But trying to get through a convention and try and, just not just enjoy the cosplay, but actually enjoy the convention itself by, having a mooch around the booths and seeing stuff like that. And every two, yeah, so excuse me, can I have a picture? Oh, sure, of course you can. No, okay, cheers, bye. Oh, let's have it. Can I have your picture? I was like, okay, there we go. Put my stuff down that I've already bought. Mask goes back on. Okay, picture time. Okay, can I shop now? No, can I have a picture? And then you get a crowd around you, and it's like, okay, with you. I really need the toilet now. Did you? No, you okay? And then I had to make it two. So I'm going to go to a convention on 2 days. One day will be cosplay. The other day will be for shopping. I could not do both on one day. It was impossible. It really was. But yeah, so it was a fun learning curve. But yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it's an experience going in cosplay. It's good fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think one of the funniest things was like when I was a kid, having someone, seeing someone in costume, you had the imagination it was them, and you run up and want a picture, and it would be a highlight. And then when I got into Liverpool on that convention time, dressed as Bane, and the little kid was dressed as Bane, and he came running up, and the parents like, can my son have his picture with you because you're his favorite Batman character? I'm like, your kid's going to grow up to be a serial killer, but okay. That's some dark shit right there. But of course you can. And it's like, if I made that kid's day like for that, I was terrified. Because that's the darkest shit in my life. And it's like, really?
Just comes up to you and taps your shoulder and is like, Mister, I fucking hate Batman. Can I have a picture with you?
Yeah, it's like he almost said, I want to break Batman's back. Yeah. I'm like, Batman don't do it for you? Okay, all right then. You want the villain does it? Okay, all right then, kid. All right, some grade A parenting right there. But yeah, sure. And then take the picture. But yeah, it was fun. That's fun. And of course, you've got to love some, cosplay ladies. Yeah, the last convention I went to, it was an MCM one. It was random. I tried to hit both years. The guys started dressing up like girls a little bit more in the last one. So you see a whole group of anime ladies. Right? And we're like, oh, hello. Wow, okay. And you realise one of them's just a gigantic dude. Yeah, just fitting in. It's like fair play, but I was not expected.
I think those guys in the
absolutely
My Little Pony, the bronies and stuff like that. I don't know, man. Those cosplayers and those guys always kind of freak me out a little bit.
It's jarring. I think there was more men dressed as Harley Quinn than there were ladies at the last one I went to. It was fine, but it's kind of like, man. And the jarring ones are like, oh, hello. Oh, shit, you're a dude. Okay. They really look good as it. So stop confusing me, man. But yeah, I missed the convention circuit. It's a shame we didn't get any this year. I hope at least one comes back next year. I doubt it, but I do miss the convention circuit. Pietro, have you had a chance to get to any conventions prior to 2020?
I mean, I used to go in Italy like every year in the biggest like convention, maybe of Europe. It's called Luca Comics. Yeah, but yeah, now.
Okay.
Yeah, now I haven't been in one. Maybe last one was in Japan. Yeah.
Oh, what are they like?
Yeah, when.
What's the Japanese ones like? Are they good?
Yeah, yeah, quite good, quite good. Yeah, it was about animation.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd love to do one of those.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, because they go crazy with their costumes.
Yeah, yeah. But once I went to Japan, you know.
Go on, you're right.
You can't go back like in in other places. Japan
too
is the
far away.
best, you know. Yeah.
I know. You don't want to know. For that kind of stuff, they love it out there. They go crazy. But I mean, yeah, some of the costumes that you would see at the MCM, like the ones that decide to just dress up in the giant mech suit and just towering over everyone, that have two handlers with them at all times to make sure they don't fall over, is brilliant. Stomping around. Yeah, I do miss the circuit. We've got some more people in the chat coming along.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries, dude. I hope the stream is still going. Yeah, internet access, okay. Phone has decided to not do it anymore. Bear with me 2 seconds. So we've got some chat going. So let's do that one there and just make sure I'm connected here. Yeah, connected there still. Yes, right, back again. Okay, so we're still rolling, retry. Cool, okay. So Luke Fraser, I managed to get my hands on first Gokin Oroku Saki #2, which just looks absolutely insane. Luis Vega, yo buddy, just got my Token Raza 2 packs and they're amazing, and watch the review and take some photos. How are you all? Hope you're safe. The first card I've missed, yeah, it's a shame that we missed them all. Sorry, Zach, you okay, mate?
Hey, I'm a bust out, man.
Yeah, no worries, dude. All good, all good.
I'm sorry. Hey, it was great talking to you guys. Great meeting all of you as well.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. No, I appreciate you stopping by, man. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Definitely. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. All right.
Yeah, and you, mate. And you. I'll catch up with you soon, dude.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All good. All good. Right. What's the time now? We've got 3. Yeah, might wrap it up soon. I don't think anyone's going to come in. But yeah, so I do miss the circuit. So what are you all excited for next year then? Hit me with what you really, really can't wait for. Reveals, anything?
It's tough because I think we're in the golden age of collecting right now. I think everything that you could possibly have been into as a child, they're already making figures of it.
I agree.
I think for next year, if somebody was to announce gargoyles or like Ulysses 31 figures, that's it. My collection would be complete.
You watch next year, NECA Toy Fair. I reckon something will come out like that. I mean, they're starting to get into their retro cartoons now. Like you, I think, yeah, you're right. There isn't. I don't think there's a single franchise that we loved as a kid that they won't tap at some point. You know, I can see gargoyles happening. Can you imagine NECA making gargoyles? The detail on them. If they
Unreal.
That would be great.
It would be.
I would love to see Mask, but I don't know if any company is willing to tackle vehicles other than Hasbro. But yeah, I mean, obviously Super 7 are killing it with Thundercats. Well, I say killing it, they're doing Thundercats. I don't know if anyone else is willing to take that up. But yeah, I don't think there's a single franchise that we didn't love as a kid that a company won't pick up at some point. Because I think you're right, we are in the golden age of collecting. We couldn't have it any better, to be honest.
No, definitely. I think we've got it so easy. Just like I say, we don't have any of the store troubles that like Target exclusives. But basically, like, I mean, at the start of the year, I didn't think I'd be able to get all these NECA figures as easily as I can. I just thought I just have to look at them from afar. But nah, it's amazing. So
weren't this year, was it? Was it last year? I can't remember when it was announced that we in the UK were going to get them in, because I think that was massive for everyone. Was it last year?
Was at the end of last year, I think.
Yeah.
At the end, I think it was December, maybe.
Yeah. And how easy we've had it with the movie stuff, obviously, whole different ballgame with the cartoon stuff. Then America found it, and as I say, I felt sorry for him on occasion, and then a part of me is like, well, no, we've had years of this, and now it's our turn.
Yeah,
it's our turn to get it easy, you know.
It would have been impossible.
No, we just needed to have connections. I mean, I had to have a friend that I'd made through the community help me out with the San Diego set.
Yeah, if it was like 1 or 2 packs per year, it could have been possible. But at this, like now, every month we have a new figure. Is impossible.
Yeah, and they're doing well getting them in. You know, obviously it's a little bit slower, but I mean, with the pre-order stuff, I mean, I feel that was also another thing with the Token Raza stuff. Even though we were able to get that pre-order in, there was whispers that the international would get them retail at some point, and it looks like NECA have backtracked on that and said no, that's actually not the case now. So I do feel sorry for those who are relying on that if they miss that week. I just don't think that's the last of them. I can honestly see them.
No, you know what they will say, like, we say we won't do it, but we will do single pack.
Yeah.
It could be like that.
Something like that. We definitely haven't seen the last of them. I think they'll probably do another wave.
They sell, man. They will do it again.
Yeah, I think they're doing it. So if you flood the market, then the value sort of goes down. They still want that collectability. If everyone can get them, I get the reason why they just drip feed it every now and then. Because I wanted a second set of just the regulars for ages to do photography with, because I don't want to wear them out. And I've only just now got a new set in. Oh, we have drip mode in the hizzy.
Woohoo.
Let's get him in. So yeah, and I'll have to pick them up at work. But yeah, finally managed to get a second set in at a really good rate as well. Wait for his camera to pop in. There he is.
Hey.
How you doing, fella? You all right?
Going on, man.
How you doing?
Oh man, doing last minute Christmas shopping. Going on. I don't know you, Maverick. How you doing, Maverick?
I'm good, mate. How's things?
It's cold.
Yeah. Is it cold over there in the moment?
Yeah, it's like in the 50s right now.
Oh, right. Yeah, so it's pretty. It's been raining non-stop here. The morning is beautiful sunshine, and then by 12 o'clock lunchtime, it just pisses down with rain. I'm like, for fuck's sake. Just so it's like, fine, we're on lockdown again. I don't really want to go out anyway. So, yeah, I was saying to these guys, we got pushed into we have a tier system here now, right, which is like if you're in tier 1, 2, 3, or 4, and that's how they're classifying it. Is the restrictions are less and less and less, and now we've just been bumped in here in London, been bumped into tier 4, which is brand new, which is basically you're locked down, but you're not really locked down. So Christmas is cancelled.
What?
No, yeah, they're saying you're only allowed like one day, Christmas Day, to mingle with other household, and only one other household. I think that's what I got from Boris's speech earlier today.
Right.
Yeah, so it's gone a bit mental again.
So they're gonna close off the shops again, right?
Yes. The gyms, foodie, like this is what cracks me out. Like the gym will close, but McDonald's will still be open because it's food. Yeah, it's crazy. What's happening over in Texas, Pietro? How's it going over there?
Everybody's wild right now. Everybody's just going crazy at the stores buying.
Yeah,
and I think I just don't get it, because it's like I went to go get it's like my family's flying over here tomorrow, so I want to make sure my parents have everything. So I passed by Walmart, and it's mad. Like people weren't even like, I was looking at people's faces like, excuse me, sir, 6 feet, like get away, like, but they didn't care. They don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're all covered up, but people just forget sometimes. I don't know.
You should have gone on a Tom Cruise rant and just yelled at him. Did you hear about that? Yeah. No. He screamed at the bloody film crew of Mission Impossible 7 that's happening here in Warner Brothers, like 15 minutes away from my house. And I heard the audio, man alive. He went full Les Grossman on him, from Tropic Thunder. He was effing, he was blinding, all because 2 of the film staff weren't social distance. Like they were closer than 2 meters apart.
Wow.
Yeah, he just lost his shit, effing and blinding. And he's like, "You're not shutting this movie down, motherfuckers. I told you, this is what I want. Don't ever happen again or you're fired." And then half the staff just walked out on him, apparently.
Well, Christian Bale.
Yeah, he did. He went full on Christian Bale rant, like he did in Terminator Salvation. Yeah, he just went full on rant. And it's like, I get it.
Yeah.
He's desperate not to put anyone's job at risk with shutting down, like Hollywood is at the moment. But at the same time, there's ways of having a go at people without doing that. You know what I mean? Like if my bosses did that, I'd be like, no, you can fuck yourself, mate. I'm going straight to HR, formal complaint. You know, yeah, there's
like manners are free, you know.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
But as cool as his movies are, I think Tom Cruise is a bit. Well, he he thinks he is Tom Cruise. Like he will jump off a bridge, and you know,
I can fly. I can fly.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm Tom Cruise. I can do this. I will hang on the side of a plane. Right. Scientology, bitch. Oh dear. But have you got yourself all sorted for Christmas, then, Drip?
Yeah. I mean, my goal was to make sure I got everything done. I just finished this diorama right here.
Amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, I actually hadn't had a chance to check your video on that yet. I was gonna do that tonight. That's incredible. I've been seeing your updates though.
Yeah, this is Hamurai from Samurai Showdown.
Oh yes.
So there's that opening scene where he's sorry, you see the cherry blossoms falling, and then he's just there like just kind of like meditating or something, and then there's just like I guess verbiage happening about samurais and how he's like the only one, you know, and then all of a sudden he's like. And then like the tree falls, and then the shrines fall as well. So I just thought like because this figure is just I went crazy to get this figure because I'm actually really big into Storm collectibles.
Yeah.
And when they announced that they were gonna make him, I got so excited. So finally I got him. And then I was like, what am I gonna do with this guy? I need something that made me think about this scene, and then I started watching. So I was actually talking to Pietro, talking to him, and we're talking about like terrains and stuff. Remember, we were talking about like how those people they do the trains, and they do like more realistic things with those type of dioramas.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I need to get to that stage, but I don't think my carving is good with foam in this level. So I just leaned to doing the clay figurine, spreading clay and just kind of molding it. And then with this tool, I don't even know the name of the tool, but it has these like 5 like metal wires, and you can just kind of rake it. And
it
gives you that tree-like effect, and it just came out great. I'm even blown away that I was able to pull it off. I was like, yes.
You did a fantastic job there, dude. It really looks great. Because I mean, sometimes you have to go outside the box and come up with different methods to create something. You know, like you say, I could watch them all day. Those terrain channels. You know, like Luke Goin or something. Oh, and I've got this from Woodland Scenics and my little tool here. We can pick this up at our website. It's great for chopping wood. You know, and. It's fantastic. I love the static grass applicator, and he goes, "Oh, I've got a little stocking over the vacuum to clean up all the loose fibers, you know." And it's great.
It's very smart though. I never thought of using a vacuum cleaner to suck it up with the sock, you know.
Yeah, it's absolutely genius. But yeah, like you say, I for outdoorsy stuff, they're great, you know, with that kind of scale. And just if you sort of think, okay, how can I apply that method but bigger, and it. Boom, you know, we can do stuff that's in the scale that we collect. But yeah, that tree looks fantastic. I need to watch a video, but quick teaser, how did you pull off the leaves?
So it's funny. So it's actually in Hobby Lobby, they sell fake decorative plants. So you can like make your own plants, and you could just get like different types of leaves or vegetation, I guess. And I was just pondering like, what the hell how am I gonna pull this off? But then as I was looking at it, I was like, wait, this is bendable. This is metal. Like it's actual bendable wires inside of it, right?
Awesome.
So then what I did was I bent it, and I kind of like, I made the main tree, but then I started, actually, let me just show it to you guys.
That's beautiful.
So hopefully, let me see. Yeah. Sorry, there we go.
Oh yeah.
So believe it or not, these branches, these barks right here are actually part of this, and I just added clay.
Oh, genius.
It became part of the tree, and I was like, oh wow, that was simple. Like I was like really worried about how am I gonna pull it off. And all of a sudden I just added it to it and it started adding dash clay and it just became, just
yeah. It evolved as you were building it.
Yeah. So it was just like genius, like, oh shit, perfect. I pulled it off and the result came out good, The only thing that I was a little bit picky about was in the video, it's purple. But if you watch like the original, like the classic, a cherry blossom is pink.
Pink.
So like this one's purple, but I'm referencing the video that I saw and it was purple. And then as I was looking at it, I was like, it's purple because of the lighting. Like it dimmed the pink into a purple lighting. So I just went with the purple instead, but then I sprayed a little bit of pink on top just to give that pink illusion.
Yeah.
But besides that, I pulled it off.
Mate, you did great. It's great. Yeah. It's like just the best jigsaw puzzle piece just sort of fit in. And you're like, oh shit, that fitted all along. You know, with those. It's kind of like, I don't know. Sometimes it's like, no, I was actually up for a challenge, and it's I now know I have no challenge. And it's like, no, give me a challenge. No, actually, no, I'm fine. I don't want it to work.
No, and then I have like 3 commissions on a waiting list, and the next one is like a Ninja Turtle rooftop. So I was like, okay, I'll wait for that one later because I just don't feel like that's. I mean, I haven't done it, but so many people have seen rooftops. I'm like, let me just put that one to later.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to work on something that I wanted to challenge myself. And like how we talked about it, like when we start creating, we just become like scientists, just trying to figure out like, how am I gonna pull this off?
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about this one was like I was actually like, like for days, I was like, how the hell am I gonna do this? And I was looking at tutorials on YouTube. Everybody was doing just small scale trees, and I was like, okay, that's easier, but this is a 6-inch figure. So I was like, this is actually kind of like a 6-inch anatomically made tree. So I haven't seen anyone make it this big.
No. And that's the thing. It's like there could be like a gazillion different tutorials for different ways of making trees. We could pull little pieces from them and it would help in areas. But essentially what you've done is you've done exactly what people like us in the collecting and doing this stuff needed was this is how you pull a big tree off in one piece for our scale. And it's like you've hit a gap in the market, if you will, in terms of tutorial stuff on YouTube, which is great because it's like, you're right, there's a gazillion videos on how to paint. There's a gazillion videos on how to sculpt. 10 times better than what I can put out. I'm just saying that this is how I did it for this figure. But for stuff like this, no, you've definitely, there was a gap there and you've just filled it. And that's what I think I love is you kind of seem to do that with every video. And, different ways of doing stuff. Like, I don't know if you saw, we just had Maverick show his last Ronin custom that he made recently. And we're going on the whole custom thing because we have the same thing. When it comes to doing custom work, we like to figure things out on the fly. Yeah, definitely, man. That's it. But
dude, that's great.
Cheers, buddy.
Wow. Oh man, great job. Well, I'm nerding out looking at it. Wow. That's dope.
When you say before, we was having the exact same conversation. Like say, like you start off not knowing how to do something, and then suddenly something just comes to you, and you work with it, and it works really well. Like you've got that technique then for next time.
Yeah, just pulled it off, mate. Exactly it. Just coming up with things on the fly, just letting it marinate. Even if it takes longer than what you anticipated, it'll come to you. And like, Pietro, I mean, you guess you had the same with the dock diorama, didn't you? In terms of like doing it out of wood, foam, the wooden column in the middle, just solving.
Yeah. Solve problem and stuff, because I just sketched at the beginning. Then the problem is how gonna do that. You just try. At the end, it's just try. I'm gonna try this, gonna try that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or what you find around, because I just go like Poundland and shop like that, and then I say, maybe this can help. You just try.
Just try materials, mate. I know. Luckily, you got obviously the Pound World, our version of the dollar store it has some bits and pieces, not as vast, and Shame our hobby stores aren't as massive. We haven't got that many. So again, it's just literally Amazon, eBay. I think I love that part of the hunt for parts or something I can use, and then I'll know what I need to physically make, as opposed to what I can just modify if the part already exists. Try and bring it all together. But yeah, these lanterns you've got on the base there, what are they?
The lantern is beautiful, man.
Yeah.
So I actually have a tons of them actually. So it's actually just this part right here. So I go thrift shopping a lot, and here we have this thing called Goodwill, and people just donate just stuff. And believe it or not, I go in there and I just look at stuff and I just start in my head like a computer, like what can I do with that? What can I do with that?
I do the same. I do the same.
Matrix code just not slowing down.
It's just like, oh, like I see something, I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I saw, like it had like I literally have like 50 of these. This just this part right here, and this actually is an ornament for Christmas lights. So when I saw that, I was like, wait, I can do so much with this thing. So as I was thinking about the shrine, I was like, how am I gonna build the shrine? And boom, like, wait, I got this thing here. Boom. So then I got another piece that this is actually some type of plastic pipe from the dollar store, some like kid party thing. And I cut it. This is clay, that's clay. And then this is actually, believe it or not, I have a whole bunch of Buddha like beads.
Oh yeah.
And one of them just broke. And I have like tons of them all over the place. So I was like, oh, let me just add that on top, And then inside of it, there's these actually I could just have more of them somewhere. All right, they're here. So I've been on eBay. Not eBay, on Amazon. They have these LED lights, these guys.
Oh yeah.
So these guys are just amazing because you can put them anywhere really, but I was really trying to find something smaller, but this is what I have. So, and you can change into any color you want.
And they're remote control as well. That's awesome.
Yeah. So the only thing that's a little bit pricey is just the batteries die after a while, even if you use them or not. So that's the only thing, is just buying these batteries. And I would use them. I use them for my videos, but sometimes for like my displays, I'll be like playing them and like, oh, they're dead already. I gotta change them. So that's the only thing about it. But besides that, it did the job.
Yeah, for sure, mate. It pulls off the effect. I know what you mean. Those batteries, they don't last even when they're not on. They just sort of corrode. It's the same thing like for toy photography. The amount of lights I have, but that are battery dependent, and I'll be halfway through a shoot and then one of them dies. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. And I've got and it's a key light that's lighting a part of the scene. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna have to put that on charge and wait now. And it's time's ticking on. And I hate it. Just even trying to set up a shot for lighting just dies. I wish I was more of an electrician to work out a way of wiring it all into mains.
Right. That's actually what I want to get into more, is learning how to build my own little lights for dioramas. That's one of the challenges that I'm still not there yet. But
no, that's the thing, like with the model kit builders on YouTube that do like the Starship models and stuff like that, when they start getting into the soldering and all the LEDs, and they're throwing out serial numbers and all different terminologies, like I ain't got a freaking clue what they're talking about, but what they can do with them is great.
I bought some fuse and stuff, and I never used them.
So, like with the DeLorean, which sadly beat me, but I'm now on the trail of getting it. I had all the lights installed. I figured it out. It took me ages to work out the right battery compartment to fit in, because I didn't want to mess with the battery compartment that was already there. I'm not that skilled. I'm a newbie at this stuff. I'm sure someone who's technically with it could just bust that thing open and hijack it to cows come on, but I had to figure out a way of putting an extra battery pack in for the EL wire, and got that all sorted out. Soldered my first bit of soldering, that was cool, and put the whole thing together, ready to go. All I had to do was put the wheels back on, and then realized that in order to put the wheels back on, I had to disassemble the entire thing again, because the one little part needed to be sandwiched in between this and the chassis, and I forgot all about it. So, and just sheer fact of having to uninstall everything and take it apart just broke me. And I was kind of like, I can't. I just need to put this down and leave it for a while. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I was wondering because you were on it for a minute, and I was actually excited to see the results. But now you're working on the Venom, right?
Yeah, I put it to one side to focus just to let myself heal from that, because that was just devastating. Because I spent so long trying to paint the interior. The paints I was using did not cooperate with the plastic that they used for the interior. There was it was hard trying to correct mistakes, and getting the line work down. So that took literally a whole week just painting the interior, doing the wiring. So I was literally at the finish line of all this, figuring out all of what I could do with the lights, the battery pack. It took ages of mulling over, testing stuff out, didn't work. Finally got it to a point where I was ready, and then had to disassemble the entire thing, and it just broke me, man. So yeah, so I thought, okay, I'll work on some other pieces and I'll get back to it. And now I think I'm going to try and get it all assembled again. I'm probably just going to touch up a couple of areas, and whilst I've got it apart again now, and yeah, I'm going to try and get it knocked out before New Year anyway. That'll be it. If I can get that finished by New Year, video out, I'll be happy that, it's all done.
I think you can put it on.
Yeah. And I know, I see people in the Playmobil groups that are like, I just did this over the weekend, and it's like done exactly what I've done, and they've just knocked it out. I'm like, well, good for you. I'm having a boxing match with mine.
I tend to be like that because I can't leave something alone. If I leave it alone, I'm thinking about you all day, like, I gotta work on it.
I wish I had that. I know, because it's like with the Venom, it was like I did the live stream, there's a bit of painting, then a day or two went by where I couldn't get to do it, and I was knackered. I thought I'll get to it tomorrow, and then I had this big week off, my last week of annual leave from work. Well, great, let's get on it. Got it finished, knocked out, bit by bit. I just wanted to take the time with it, but yeah, so I got that out of the way, and then hopefully.
It's not great, by the way.
Cheers, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was really happy with that.
It's good to have a bit of a break from it as well, kind of like dust yourself off, kind of fall in love with it again, and then come back to it.
Yeah, exactly, because you can get like that with toy photography too. It's like you just need to, you get burnt out, and the ideas aren't flowing, things aren't working out, setups aren't working out how you want, and you just thought, you know what, let me take a step back. That's why I was sort of on a customizing wave, and I thought I'll get to some toy photography later, but yeah, it's now I'm sort of in the flow again, so I think I'm ready to go next year for some more TMNT shots, some more shots. I'm gonna, I've been inspired to shoot some of the other pieces that I've got, and get that done. And like I say, for next year's sort of projects, I think I'm going to lean towards more or learning more diorama techniques and tricks, so I can get some nice DTOF displays going to elevate them a bit more rather than just standing there.
I gotta give it to you because I haven't been on Instagram as much because of the holidays and whatever, but I ran into, and I didn't know if you didn't post it or just wasn't looking, but the Donnie photography in the tank in the water.
Yeah.
Oh, great job. I was like, what? This is awesome. Like,
thank you, mate. I appreciate it. That was a tough one to pull off because it was so much fun sculpting the ornaments, even though they were slightly bigger than what they were in the movie. It was hard to get a scale, to sculpt that small was quite difficult. So I thought, okay, so the sculpting the ornaments was a ton of fun. That was the first thing of actually solid sculpt, not sculpt onto something. So that was a hell of a lot of fun, and getting them painted up was great. And but yeah, and I was thinking, okay, how am I going to pull this off? Because I've obviously got this little tub, using it just to, just for fun, to show it off. And then I go, how am I actually going to shoot this? And I had just like one of the big containers I've got for extra figures and parts. But hold on a second, it's a bit frosted over, but not too much. I've got some dirt terrain, which would be the bed. Let me see if this will work. And I could get it all perfectly in the angle. It was the lighting. I spent so long on the lighting trying to get it to look somewhat like the film, and I got it the best I could. But yeah, it turned out okay. No, thank you, mate. I appreciate it.
Using
the side-by-side comparison.
Using the clouded perspex is genius. That was absolutely amazing. I would have never come up with something like that. It was really good.
It was one of those things. It's like you can even apply the same mentality as toy photography. It's like, I've got a problem. How do I solve it? I'm looking around. Am I going to have to make something? Am I have to buy something that's frosted? What have I got around the house first? And that's what I was looking at. Like, okay, I've got this little container that I've used just to show off the ornaments. Have I got? Hold on a second. I've got a massive container here. Let me just chuck everything out and see if that'll work. And lo and behold, one side of the container was less frosted than the other. If it was all white, you know, quite frankly, it wouldn't have worked because I wouldn't have been able to get a good focus of him inside. It would have been too cloudy. But yeah, luckily one side of that tub was less frosted and it pulled off that haze, that underwater haze, which I was happy about. So yeah, and just yeah, it took a while. It took all day. It was one of those all-day shots, but I was happy with the end result.
I mean, you fooled me because I was like, oh, he's just posting a clip from the movie. But then when I saw the comparison, I was like, oh.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, because when I was putting that volume 3 together, I was like, okay, I've just made this unmasked Casey head, but the scenes that I'm sort of shooting for it aren't really that exciting or interesting. There's one where he's just kissing the golf club, or one where he's just looking for binoculars. Okay, not really that exciting, but what else can I do? So then, yeah, I had to then do that one. I thought I've got to throw something in there. But yeah, so no, it's all good. So I've got ideas for stuff. Volume 4, obviously when Toka and Razar drop, I'll start incorporating a bit of secret to use in there as well. And but yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I just love doing it. But it's a king. You can apply that same thing with toy photography, just working out stuff on the fly. How am I going to do this? Am I going to have to make something for it? Is there something I can just buy? How am I going to pull it off? And stuff just comes to you. Like, you don't say I go into a toy shop not having a full game plan, and it just evolves, whether I can do it or not. Same thing with a custom. Bloody hobby, man. It's fucking kept us going. I love it. But yeah,
it's a gift, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, people are stressed out right now with life, and I have a friend that I was surprised that he was going through some stuff, and I was just telling him, look, find a hobby just to keep your mind at peace, you know. And a lot of us, we find that peace because we love what we do, and it's a positive thing, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a thing that keeps you smiling. You do what makes you happy, collect what makes you happy, and you know, and it's like, so well, we had sort of went around the table earlier, but is there stuff that you've got pre-ordered or stuff that's been announced that you're really looking forward to figure-wise that you can't wait to get your hands on?
The only pre-order that I have still pending is the Sentinel from Hasbro.
Oh yeah, the HasLab
one, the 27-inch one.
Yeah,
that's the only pre-order I have left. I recently met a gentleman. He's a subscriber, and what's it called? He actually is a big fan of mine, and he was able to get me the figures for the Android for Krang.
Oh yes,
and Splinter 2-pack. Definitely, it was interesting with him because at first I actually didn't trust the guy because I thought he was a scalper.
Yeah,
and I called him a scalper. I was like, look, you know, sorry, I don't support scalpers. And he's like, well, hold on, I'm not a scalper. I'm a collector. And then we had a live session, and then he ended up being a cool guy. But still, you get those little, like, you're wondering about him. So I got to know him a little bit more. So he ended up being a cool guy, even though there's still some sketchiness to him in certain aspects. And then I know Turtle doesn't agree with me on that one. But it's unfortunate, you know, but whatever.
He's impatient. He just wants them now. We ain't gonna get them.
I had some trouble with this guy at the end.
Oh, right, fair play, fair enough.
Yeah. Well, the thing is weird because, like, because so he's you know, he's adding $10 to the figure. It's reasonable, you know. We're all driving around looking for these figures, so we're spending $10 driving around. So might as well just give the guy, you know, $10 more for the figures. But out of just kind of like respect, I was like, you know what? I'm just happy that you found it for me. So just let me know what you have, and I'm gonna just blast it all over social media.
Yeah.
And I literally got his whole inventory sold.
You know? Nice.
So it's a good thing. But then he ended up hooking me up because he saw that I was being genuine, and so he removed the $10 from me.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So that was a good thing.
I want to put it on me. This is the problem.
I was actually very surprised when you showed me those texts because I'm, you know, I get it. We all have our bad days, but when I saw those texts that you showed me, it was another layer I didn't know about him.
Yeah,
so
I mean, you saw. I didn't insult him.
No, you didn't at all.
He started insulting me. Yeah, so
Yeah, I
that's
don't know where
fine.
that came from.
I just say to him, "That's fine, man. That's fine. A start, you idiot. You." Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's all. I just closed the conversation. I just,
You handled it well.
But there's no need for that,
yeah.
you know? Like,
No.
I
manners
didn't
are free.
want to, carry on. There's no point.
Yeah.
Well, I know I've had back and forth with people just online. We've gotten a bit, colourful with the language, so we say. Sometimes I'm like, no, fuck you, bitch. I'm not coming on. And the biggest, what's been so funny recently, actually, speaking of NECA, is did any of you get to see the, because I spoke about it, and by all means, if you feel, differently, the retro blasting NECA phobia video. If you get a chance to check it out, it's Retro Blasting's channel, and he did a whole video about basically shitting all over NECA.
Yeah, this is what you mentioned last live stream, yeah.
Yeah, and which is fine. As I said, NECA, open company, they're absolutely right to be criticising anything. If people have felt wrong by them in any way, just go for it. Take their open company, they can take it, and companies need it. But it's like then he shifted his focus and painted the whole video around the NECA collector and the NECA collecting community. And it's like, no, don't do that. Keep your fight aimed at them and you people on board. Go tear them a new one. Go for it. If you're not happy with their product, you tear them a new one, dude. But just leave us out of your target, your crosshairs, because it's different. Because like you say, we're fully aware, because he had just bought a NECA figure, his first one, which is a Predator, and it broke on him, sadly. Then he decided to do a whole video on it, doing his research, going into all this and that, and then he took a peek into the online community about the other problems that people have had and people that aren't happy with their products, and he decided, I'm going to use all this and I'm going to monetize it for a video. And then, of course, he just dropped a nuke into the community and everyone's going crazy. And a lot of them were like, yeah, I totally agree. They're absolute bullshit. I'm not collecting them anymore. And I was like, yeah, hold on a second. You've not seen what he's just been doing. He's literally just pigeonholing everyone in terms of like we're being brainwashed into giving them their money as if we're wrong to give them our money. And I was like, no, you shouldn't be doing that. And of course, then I started getting to back and forth with people, and no one could actually argue that one point. I was like, no, I agree. The QC issue needs work and they deserve to be criticizing it. I already agreed in that. And it's that portion. It's like, yeah, but you understand what you're just doing right here, and pigeonholing everyone. Just to make some money on YouTube. It's like, you grind away, but just don't throw us under the bus at the same time. Well, no. And then they couldn't argue that point back. They kept dodging it. And those who did were just saying, yeah, but he's not doing this. He's just saying that people shouldn't be giving them the money. If they don't give him money, then they will improve their quality control. I was like, how? When they don't have money to improve it. And but I had some fun debates with that in different comment sections. It was hilarious, quite entertaining. But yeah, if you haven't seen that video, check out. It's worth a watch. Just to.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. I thought it was very like I thought he was bitter. Like I'm like, this guy's just bitter, making a bitter video, and I get it. I mean, like a McFarlane figure that I had for over 10 years, I'll probably just twist his wrist and all of a sudden it just falls off because after so many years. It's kind of obvious. These are toys.
Yeah.
They're fragile after a while. So I'm not gonna sit there and like crucify the brand just because I had this experience versus.
Yeah, exactly. He tried to lay it out as if it was a genuine investigation, highlighting a problem. But you're right. His whole tone throughout the whole thing was just, I'm pissed off that my $20 figure broke on me. How dare you? And I'm like, really, dude? I've had Mayfex do the exact same, fall apart on me out of the box, brand new. They are an actual premium price per figure. Come to me when one of those breaks on you, right? I'm not worried if my neck could break on me. It's annoying, yes, but it's not. I'm not busting massive amounts of money out of the bank for a premium figure that's going to break. I can buy these off the shelf. So you're right. It just came off really, really bitter, and it was obvious. But crazy. And it's like, that's what brings it back to the point is just collect, just do what makes you happy, man. And if you don't like NECA, then don't collect them. Simple as that. Yeah.
But it sounds like he's just stirring up a fuss though, just for the clicks. You know what I mean? Like he's just doing it for the attention. If he's not even like a big NECA collector, Like, where's he basing this from?
Yeah, exactly. How do you suddenly? I mean, have an opinion on the whole thing and know all that because he did 5 minutes of research.
He should have done a video like doing like vintage toys against modern toys. Like it would have been like better than just say NECA.
Yeah,
that doesn't work.
You're
like
right.
that.
If you looked at the way the game is at the moment compared to previous, then that's a good comparison video and a good angle to go with for content, and a good look. That would be interesting as well, doing a deep dive into comparing old lines and where they are now overall. And so I say like 20% of that video is relevant because I agree. Just the rest of it.
He's a great like expert of vintage toys.
Yeah,
he's a great channel. Yeah, sometimes he's a bit toxic. Yeah, he is, because he has problem with Hasbro too. You should watch a video about Ashlab. He's against them. Like,
oh really?
They hate each other. They know him. They know.
Oh
him.
really?
Yes. Oh, yeah, so you should watch those videos too.
Oh my god!
I can
imagine. But why be that person? Like, why be that person? Like,
I don't know. Yeah,
causing problems. Like,
he probably have a good audience now that obviously everyone's trying to get refunds for their HasLab Razor Crest from
yeah.
Like, it blew up. No, I don't want this thing anymore because it doesn't exist.
His main problem is a big company like Hasbro wants money like with crowdfunding. This is big problem.
He doesn't. I get it. I understand why people don't, think that's wrong, but it's kind of like with the whole argument body. If we're interested in making this one big thing that we can't put out in stores willy-nilly, but we still want to provide you it. What's the best way to do it is to be it like just a pre-order subscription thing. And it's a Kickstarter at the end of the day. Half the comic industry is doing it.
He just say they don't need it because they know they're gonna sell it anyway. They are a big company and stuff like that.
Oh, I see. Yeah. It's the whole big conglomerate.
You should watch it so you will have entertainment.
By that logic, they should just give their figures away for free because they've got the money to do it.
No, to me, the HasLab thing makes sense. Like it's this a guaranteed sale. They know exactly how many to make. It cuts down the hunt for everybody, so they don't have to go around the stores trying to hunt these things down. It's a guaranteed sale, so I've not got no issues with it. I think it's fine.
Yeah, and again, if it doesn't reach the backing needed, then they don't charge you. Or I've been a part of a Kickstarter that's fallen apart. I don't know if anyone's heard of Cryptid Toys. They were doing a Kickstarter for articulated blanks. They were blank bodies, and they were doing a range of skeletons. And this was about 5 years ago, and we backed them. And till this day, they haven't. The last update we had was about 2 years ago, and we haven't seen a single thing since. And it's kind of
it was funded. It got funded.
It got funded. And they kept updating us saying they weren't happy with the test pieces that were coming out of the factory. Please be patient. And they would release an update once every 6 months. They wouldn't even respond to their Instagram account stuff. And so it was like getting more and more shady. So I get like smaller companies doing that. So it's like, I can get that. But big conglomerate, I will trust Hasbro with the Kickstarter.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, and you're right, you're guaranteed to get it. I don't see the issue. It really isn't. Yeah. And it's a niche thing that not everyone's going to want. Not everyone can, buy. And if you're you're doing something that you're solving a problem by going around it. And that's what I think, and like NECA were doing with the Loot Crate, it's fine by me. I've got no issues. I'm getting a product that I want. I'll get it whatever way I need to.
Well, I mean, as a company, you also need to think outside the box with how you're promoting your items in your building. So I actually give them an applause because also they're thinking outside the box. They're experimenting with the business and they're talking to their audience directly. So
listen to what.
I don't see a problem with it.
I mean, Christ, you could look at the NECA pre-orders the exact same way because technically that's exactly what that was,
Yeah.
And we're getting things. We're not. They're completely taking out the middleman of going through a retailer and all the the limited control they'll have through that retailer, which was at the same time the problems of that was going on at the exact same time pre-order and it just cracked me up. So yeah, I don't see an issue, but
yeah,
it's just that's not how business works, you know.
but
Was it the Token Raza review that he was saying all these problems?
Sorry, no, he was no, not with the Token Raza. I don't know if he had an opinion on that at all. But no, there was a lot of people didn't like the fact that it was a pre-order. I was like, really? It's the one thing we've been asking for decades. Yeah, there was loads. As a pre-order, why aren't we getting them in retail? And a lot of
I told you before, like people will always complain.
Oh yeah.
If we get in the shop, they complain. Online, they complain. At the end of the day, it's always fuck you, NECA. Fuck you. Always.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you take the fight to them if you're not happy, but Jesus Christ, just bashing them online. I was like,
you always. Now again, they start with the Randy memes again.
Right.
I mean, come on, guys, come on.
Leave the guy alone. You know, like,
Yeah.
oh, they can't catch a break on Facebook.
They made it disappear. You know, they made him disappear. Before it was always online to interview stuff. Now
yeah. When was the last time NECA actually put a Twitter update, or did you know when?
It
once every
always,
2 weeks he'll just have a whole evening on Thursday and Friday just answering Twitter questions. I haven't seen anything like that because my alerts would go berserk. You know,
yeah.
like ting 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 ting. Oh fuck me, Jesus!
Come on, you try to do your best. You bring in like amazing figures, and people still like tell you like you're a dickhead, you're an idiot, and stuff like that.
That's it. It's in absolutes. If you haven't made that person happy, all of a sudden you're this, that, and the other. It's like, are we really adult collectors here? Because it sounds like we're in it with a bunch of kids. It's great, but
it even happens with the dioramas because I finally met one of my haters. Like I finally picked them out. Like,
really?
So you're the hater, and he was like, "Well, I think I've seen better from you before." And I'm just like, "Wow, like." Dude, I don't see you building anything. So
man, you get famous, then you were better before, you know.
The more haters, you're doing something right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I know
it's just so unfortunate because I mean I get it. There's good and bad in anything, but like we're in this generation where everybody just wants to voice their negative opinion, and it's just like I was raised like if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. You know?
Man, when you were indie, you were amazing. Now you're major, so
that's it.
But the guy didn't like the Back to the Future one, the Part 3 one that came out on Tech Chucker, and he was just like, "Oh no, I've seen you do better." It's like I'm not impressed, and I'm just like, okay, cool, and like I just let him be, and then he's like, "If you're getting upset, then I think you need to grow up," and I was just like, dude, block.
Yeah. That's it. Just don't engage these people in any kind of an argument. It's like don't lower yourself. That's it. Because like this guy, he's not going to have the talent that you have. So what kind of opinion? Where's that's coming from? It's just you did the right thing. Just block. There you go. End.
Oh God.
It's like that's grade A projecting right there. It's like okay, you're the one that you're telling me I need to grow up. Okay, buddy. Okay. Yeah. No, I've had it when people have asked me, hey, can you do me this? Can you make this for me? Or oh, you can get it on YouTube videos. Cool video. Now do this. Right.
Oh yeah.
No, it's the way people talk to you now as well. It's like, no, or have you thought about doing this maybe? Just like a nice way about it and be like, yeah, that's interesting. I might. No, do this. Now.
Someone did put that in one of your comments, so I replied to that saying, why don't you give it a go?
I can't remember what it was now, but it was recent too. Oh, that was it. It was the Toy Photography Turtle Volume 3, and I said, "Oh yes, that's great. Now do Secret of the Youth." I'm like, "I will when we get figures for them." Be patient. What can I do now? I don't have them.
Oh man!
It's like I threw one spicy one in there. Did you see the Super Shredder shot I did with Turtle Boys? No. Oh, okay. All right then. Fine. it cracks me up, just the way people talk. I know it's the thing is the internet has given everyone a voice, and everyone's telling it to keyboard Cobra Kai. You know, it's just like, you know, I'm going to wish for your death and insult your mother and pray to God you never find me because I'll run away. That's what the cancellation mob is on Twitter, man. That's what they do, because they, you know, we're doing things that they won't, being creative.
Exactly.
But it just makes you appreciate those who do appreciate your work more. You know, you're going to get it. So for that, yeah, and just like this right now, I just fancy just having some FaceTime with the people I chop it up with in DMs. You know, we built great relationships in DMs, but I just wanted to, and now that I had the ability to go live, I thought, let's screw it, let's get some people on and just chat. You know, and then it's evolved into a whole thing, and I couldn't be grateful. It's like the end of the year, and I've got to meet all of you guys. You know. And it was just one-on-one interviews to start with, and then it became a whole thing. And it's people seem to enjoy it. And I'm like, wicked, you know. I'm not. I've got a Zoom call. I've got the fancy Streamlabs set up, and I don't need all that fancy jazz. It's cool, but just people chatting on camera. Whether people watch it or not, it's fine. It goes up. People can watch it later. But it's just chin wagging with some good peeps, man, about the shit we love, and that's all it is. And I know it's. Sorry, mate.
Have you guys got any like aspirations for your channels for like 2021, or you know, your Instagram pages? Have you got any kind of goals that you've set yourself?
Good question. In terms of Instagram's a tough one because for some reason the algorithm, if you don't post daily, the algorithm doesn't like you. It doesn't care whether your content is quality or not. If you're posting the stories and your page every single day, then it will start pushing your stuff and people will see it more and you grow. So the growth on that is ridiculous. So unless you're posting every day, it won't grow. So for my goal, it's simple as for Instagram, is to finally get past the 4,600 mark, because every time I get to 4,620, it drops and I have to keep building back up again. If I can get past that, right, maybe finally get onto the road to 5,000, that would be nice. But mainly just to for me, in terms of the photography side and the custom side, is just to keep learning more, doing better pictures, get better with some lighting, just basically, you know, keep learning more to produce better pictures and better customs, and try different things I hadn't done before. Like we're learning the rain technique, different techniques. I'd like to do more with the glass technique. And with like the page on YouTube, I'll just to keep you know, putting out whatever I learn new, I want to share. So like with tutorials and stuff like that, or just some more helpful tips and tricks to try and build up that catalog, because I find that the more the information is out there, the more people might want to give it a go.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, definitely. And like, you know, you're always going to inspire more people than you upset along the way. So like I said, don't focus on those few people that put those comments that piss you off. You know, you're always going to be like inspiring people to do it themselves. And definitely that's one of the things from like I love from your channels as well, Ben, is that like, you know, you say, oh, you know, I got this from Amazon, here's the link, and you know, because I'm from the UK as well, it's like fantastic, click. And I can do it myself, so that's really, really good.
Yeah, for sure. Like one of the biggest sort of like wow moments for me was after I did the sewer tunnel, as simple as it looked, like just with card and paper. Art with toys, Instagram. He's quite big. He's wicked with photography. He chimes in with unparalleled quite a bit. He got inspired by that to do it exactly the same way, but made it a little bit different. He did the cardboard tunnel with the same paper. He had a different backdrop, which he used like his big like round sewer pipe with a grate. I was like, that's excellent. I want to do that. So I inspired him, and then because of his creation, has now inspired me to elevate that build a bit more. So I just love the way it sort of just, you know, it's like the circle of toy life, you know, it just keeps going back rounds. So yeah, just going over the breakdown of the build. Here's what I did. Here's the stuff if you want to give it a go. More stuff like that. Because I got, when I was doing, because I didn't know how to structure the videos, I didn't know whether I should just do a showcase and just break down what I did, or if people wanted, like what you do, is to show the whole process within the video. As I was trying to experiment with both formulas, someone said that the ones where I do break, you know, I do show you the whole process from start to finish, they were a bit too long. I should go back to doing the other way. And I was like, all right, then, okay. But then, yeah, so for me, it's still experimenting with formats how I put together videos. I'm still experimenting on that. And yeah, my main goal, if I was to elevate anything, was be this now, to see where this goes, Turtle Talk, you know, just to see how much that can, because I still don't know what it is yet. You know, it's still letting it develop itself.
Yeah.
And
even
so,
Tech Chucker showed you out on one of the channels to go watch.
Yeah, I thanked him profusely for that. That was really, really awesome. And hopefully I can get, he'll be up for coming on himself, even if it's just like, you know, like 10 minutes or so, just to have a chat with him. There's some other people I want to try and have a chat with. So I still definitely want to bring different guests on and get to know them as well as get the crew together and chop it up like we are now. Hopefully next year will provide us with a lot more to talk about, which I think it will. So yeah, that's where I want to go with it. Yourself, Drip, in terms of your projects and your channel and where you want it to go?
To be quite honest, I'm not really trying to make it grow in any sense of like changing the format. It's just like every project is just making sure it's different from my last one. So I'm always competing with myself. Like I'm always like, damn, like if I do that, someone already did that, you know. So I get like that. So that's the challenge. But the one thing I do want to do is like I want to do more of this with other people. So like Tech Chucker, he's actually trying to get Turtle and I to get now involved a little bit more.
Nice.
And like instead of him just judging the dioramas, having other experts also judge as well. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, for sure. That's sort of expanding and bringing you know, more involved as well. So that's really, really cool. That'll be cool to have to get you guys on board, because I think it's a lot of work for him as well. You know what he does.
It is. It's a lot of work. The live streaming, I did wanted to do it on YouTube, but like how you're talking about, like how sometimes people say that it's too long. Yeah, that's a problem sometimes. Yeah. I know that. So I try to keep my videos. Try to keep them as max as 15 minutes. Yeah. And then now I'm seeing myself going to like 25 now. And when I'm looking at my algorithms from YouTube, you can tell people skip a lot. You know, they just get to that video.
I don't know why people are like this. But I mean, if you do 1 hour, I will watch 1 hour. I mean, no problem. Actually, I would like.
You'll get your diehard viewers for sure, and I appreciate you and I would as well. But I like you as well. I try and keep, like, if I can keep it under 20 minutes.
I know it should be like that, like the shorter the better. But come on, how can you skip a video when you teach people how you make it, right? Skip it. I mean, you want to watch
just
the
like
end.
an age thing. People don't have attention spans anymore.
That's what it is. That's perfect.
Yeah.
The attention span. This new generation does not have attention span.
I mean, I care more like the steps than the final, you know. I mean, it's cool. Of course, you want to see the final result, but how you get to
go watch it. Yeah. I mean, that's how I know when some people are not watching it. They'll be like, hey, so how did you do this part? I'm like, go watch the video.
I've had that as well. I've had that. It's like, oh yeah, so where'd you get this? So how'd you get that? I was like, I mentioned it in the video. I had one comment saying, oh, great video, by the way. This is awesome. The video is like ridiculously long. I can't remember what one it was. And I just posted, and literally this comment came in with about 5 minutes of me posting the video. It's like, you have not watched this at all. Like, appreciate the comment though, because it helps the interaction, but you really haven't watched any of it.
Exactly.
No, it is crazy. But yeah, I guess it's like you're trying to cater for, you know, people low attention span. That's this, you know, a lot of distraction. So trying to make it.
Yeah, even Tech Chucker has the same problem. See, he tried to make it shorter and shorter because people just don't watch it all, you know.
Yeah.
And if it's going to be a long video, I hope to make it as entertaining as possible throughout the whole thing. And I know why I ramble on like I'm chatting to someone like that's right next to me. So I waffle on, and then as I'm editing it, I'm like, oh geez, I've just cut. And I was like, I don't need to. I'll start fucking telling stories as I'm recording and shit like this. And I'm like, that is not relevant, Ben. Cut. Some bits I'll leave in because it's quite funny, and other bits I'll be like, no, whenever there's a jump cut, that means I've just waffled on for no reason because I do want to chat about it. This time I'm just chatting to a camera instead of someone else. It's just So I did it with the Venom one. I was like, oh god, this is all over the place. this part actually fits better over here, and yeah. So yeah, it's the editing part's fun. Also can be a headache.
It is, because I mean, like this one originally was gonna be close to 40 minutes if I didn't cut out everything. And then it starts becoming like Legos, where I'm just like, okay, this part is this long. That's 4 minutes just to show how to blackwash. Like, really? No. Let me put it down to like a minute, you know? And then I start analyzing it, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm repeating myself. Like blackwashing, you watch all my videos, you already know how to blackwash.
Yeah, I do that a lot as well. Yeah.
So that's why I started now condensing areas where I think people that have been watching me already learned in another episode. Or if anything, people say, oh, how'd you blackwash? I'd be like, just watch this episode, if anything. You know, that one is more involved. So then that helps me out. But then there's times that I want to add some like comedy relief, and then like I'm just like, nah, I'm just taking it out. Like it really kind of throws it off at times. Yeah. Like I was eating pizza when I was, you know, doing this one. I was like, oh, maybe I should, you know, take a little turtle break and have some pizza, you know. But then I looked at it and I was like, nah, I'm just take that one out. So it becomes hard.
There's a lot to cut and room floor.
Yeah. I like that you added a presentation of yourself again in this video. It was good. Like you start like, if you don't know me, this is what I do.
Yeah, it's like to end the year, you know, just a little recap for everyone to know.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea actually. Might do that as well.
Yeah, it was good. I like it.
Video idea, just a recap of the year. I like it. Yeah. Because
you know, it's funny. Like I tend like my nephew was like binge watching my videos. He's like, you know, you were like way more like less professional before. You were just like talking, and I just like, you really? So I started watching my videos. It's like, yeah, I'm more loose. I'm more like, you know, now I have an actual, if I can actually do bloopers, man, me just recording myself, oh my God, I get frustrated sometimes, you know? Because sometimes the words don't come out right, or I just don't like the way I look or something. I'll change like the shirt, stuff like that. But it's pretty entertaining just to kind of like put the camera in your face and then try to see what works and what doesn't. Sometimes I'll record myself in different angles of the room just to make just to see if it's better. Like I'll sit down or I stand up. Like now with coronavirus, I'm getting a little chunky, so I'm like, no, let me just hide that part.
I like because with me,
I can imagine that's quite jarring at first. Like just like when you're editing a video, when you're on screen, like looking at yourself over and over. I think that would. I'd struggle with that if I was doing YouTube videos.
Yeah. At first, it becomes a little subconscious. You know, you're like, do I sound like that? Do I talk like that? Like,
I mean, the only body part of me you see in any video really is my hands, right? So I'm like, you know, we see that. So my hands have never been more immaculate now than I have started YouTube. I'll make sure they're all clean, the nails are fine, you know, so they don't look ugly, they're not dirty. You know, if they're beaten to shit, I'm like, oh God, that looks horrible. And I start turning it out with my hands. You know, and I've got my hands are buggered up anyway. I've got double jointed fingers, so if I'm pointing at something, I have to make sure it doesn't slip into the double joint mode. Just to like for instance, I'll show you. Right, so that's straight. Right. Yeah. So it's these three fingers on each hand. Right, do this. So whenever I point, I have to be conscious that my finger isn't doing that, and I have to try and just make sure it's this. Otherwise, it doesn't out.
So you have turtle hands.
It's a cool party trick, yeah, because I can do a little dinosaur if I can get it this way. But yeah, so it's kind of like my hands. I like that bloody David Duchovny from Zoolander. I need those like protective glass bubbles.
Yeah, when you talk about that, I was thinking about Zoolander.
And I'm all dishevelled anyway. The rest of me is all just rough as shit.
Oh, that's funny.
It's just hilarious. Just how conscious you are with what you're on. And like sometimes I'm really conscious that you can really hear me breathing quite a lot because I've got the mic right here, and I'm like, because I vape and I smoke. I used to smoke like crazy, so I vape now. And so it'd be like, anyway, and then I'm doing this and I'm trying to edit those parts out, and then it sounds like I'm not taking a breath at all, and it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I got a comment about that one. Like I also smoke, and then I do like that, and then the microphone just amplifies it. Yeah. And then this one lady was like, oh, I love your video, but you really grossed me out at this particular part of the video. And I was just like, oh my God. So now I'm always looking for those, like
paranoid about it.
I even told my girlfriend, can you watch the video and let me know if you hear, you know? And she's like, yeah, you do it here, you do it here. Oh.
That's a hockaloogie right there. It's hilarious. No,
Right?
I'll just say, well, that's the thing. Another one commented on mine saying, you know, that whenever I bring something up close to the camera to look, I'm quite shaky with it. I never keep it still. And it's like, yes, it's hard because whenever I try and concentrate, my hands do this. They're like very subtly. And that's why I don't really see me painting that much. So when I did the live, I was kind of like, I was almost ready to just click stop. You know, it's to do something intricate. That's why I'm having to constantly just like repair work, because I'll try and do something intricate. Like, shit, that's a glitch. Wipe that off and no. Yeah. So doing that DeLorean was a pain in the ass trying to get line work right when you've got shaky hands. I should never be a brain surgeon, that's for sure. You really start. You get comfortable with yourself more because you're forced to, really, when you do YouTube videos, whether you're in front of the camera or behind it, just with your voice and stuff like that. And it's getting comfortable. Like, I didn't think I was comfortable enough just to do this now as a host or anything, whether anyone watch it and stuff like that. But eventually you loosen up and you get comfortable. Yeah. It's like yourself, Pietro. You said, well, when you first joined, when we first got you on this, and it's like you're saying, I'm a bit shy, I don't really talk that much, but no, you've loosened up right now. Look at you right now, relax.
Chilling.
It becomes fine. You forget about, you know, if you're live or anything like that. You just get on with it, and it's great. So, but yeah, it's fun. But no, definitely, Maverick, if you've got more custom work to display or showcase, your Instagram will pop, dude. We'll definitely get your Instagram out there.
Yeah, definitely. I think that'll be my one of my goals. Definitely post more than one post to Instagram in 2021.
That's one thing actually, is like, I don't mind showing the odd whip. I used to just do lots of whip pictures, right? It's like, oh, look what I'm doing. This is it, a little bit more progress. And by the time I've actually finished it, it's almost like all the steam is gone from it. You know,
I've seen it. Yeah.
And it's like, no, and it's hard, because if you're working on something, you're really excited about it and it's really going well and you're liking how it's looking, you want to sort of share it, but then it's kind of holding off on that until it's finished. It can be tough. But yeah, if you've got something finished already, it's like, here's what I did, enjoy. You'll be right. So past projects that you've done, I think, and whatever else you've got planned. Actually, what other custom, have you got any other custom projects, Maverick, you're up for?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, this probably won't mean anything to you, but this was one of the ones that I did recently. So this is a character from Dragon Ball.
Oh, right.
So this is so I completely like sculpted the head from scratch.
Oh shit! Oh damn, that's awesome.
Like I mentioned before, like each custom that you do, like you learn a new technique. Like this guy's got like really big hands.
Yeah.
So the hands that this guy came with were, you know, they were quite small. So I took a casting of the hands, and then I watched a video where they put that mold in white spirit, and it enlarged the mold, and then I made a cast of it, and it enlarged the hands. So it was a casting of the hands, but made it larger. So just little techniques like that, which I've learned. So it's
that's a new one.
You know, I've got like loads. So yeah, I've got like loads of customs like this that I'd like to show off. I think it's just that perfectionist in me, like I said before, that I want to take the best possible shots of him. So maybe if I build up some dioramas and like because I need some like a decent like set of lighting and things like that, and then I can show it off. But I think now I've got the ball rolling on this guy. I'll start getting all the other ones out the woodwork and getting them posted.
Sure, mate. Yeah, more eyes on that as you'll go boom, because that's. I mean, I've only seen one other person do a Ronin. Actually, no, two out of everyone. One of them got them out quick, the Ronin custom, and it was good. It was John Arrowsmith. It was really, really good. That's just, if there's competition, you've won it. That's incredible. So,
mate, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
That's right, no, for sure, mate. Yeah, so definitely, and I like the fact, if you're going to start getting your Instagram going, and you that's what I do with mine, really. I just thought, I was posting all my shit on my personal page, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to keep that as a personal page. I'll set up a new account. Yes, that's John Arrowsmith's one.
Yeah, the Arrow Custom Figures.
Yeah.
He's a really good custom guy. Like I've been following him for a while.
He knocks them out so fast, though. I have no idea. Yeah, he just pumps them out. I want to get him on just to ask him how.
You should, dude. You should.
That's one thing I've got to learn not to do is because I used to try and do it as quick as I can, but then I'd sculpt something and then I'd keep working on it and then I'd end up like squishing the part that I've just sculpted. So I've learned now, sculpt something, like let it set and come back to it the next day.
Yeah, that was I know exactly that feeling. I sway milliput and I use a mixture of super sculpey. I have more time to work on it, but then I need to cure that. Otherwise, I'll end up squishing it because it's not curing. Whereas milliput, well, it's going to harden, but then I've only got a limited window to get what I need done. So it's quite a battle when I sculpt, but it's quite fun at the same time. But you're right, you do a piece, let that cure, and then do another piece, layer it, because you can build it up, rather than do it all in one hit. Yeah, no, I agree on that one, because I've had that. I've squished my own work and I've had to redo it so many times.
It never looks as good as the first time.
No. Not whatsoever. Not whatsoever. Oh dear. Rightio. It is come up for, yeah, it's 20 past 12 now. I might wrap this up, gents, just because I think it's getting a bit late for us now. So yeah, no, it's been absolutely awesome getting everyone on, meeting you all. Started with Pietro, with yourself, Drip, and Maverick as well to close it out, was brilliant. You're going to definitely get you back on as well, and just for being in the chat all the time. And I couldn't thank you enough for that, dude. I really appreciate it.
Like I said, appreciate you having me on the show. Definitely, it was it's been good kind of talking to you face to face rather than just in the chat. So
yeah, no, absolutely, mate, absolutely. Speaking of the chat, I got drip mode. Oh, there you are. What's up, guys? Jesse Slate, just saw that video. Exactly, every company across the board has QC issues. Recent Legends have had horrible joints too. Jesse Slate as well. Learn how to handle your figures and not handle them like Neanderthal. I love it. I appreciate everyone in the chat. Lewis Vega, I appreciate you, mate. I know you roll through as well. We'll definitely get you on as well next year to sort of build up the guest lineup too. And yeah, so I appreciate everyone that's watching. And yeah, thank you guys as well. You've helped make this what it is, and just going to keep doing it and keep having you on, just having a gas and having a laugh and keeping the spirits up, man. So I appreciate all of you for this. And yeah, so and that's the end of the show, end of the last one of the year. We'll be back immediately in January, because as soon as some more TMNT news kicks in, we'll be back. As soon as I get Toka and Raza, I'm doing a stream of just that. All right, because I'm the only one out of all of us right now that doesn't have them, and I'm annoyed. I'm still waiting for my shipping notification. That's how bad it is. Don't know. I can't wait to see your work with them. Drip, are you?
Yeah, I know you're excited. I know you're happy.
Yeah, he is, finally.
I was so surprised about the eyebrows that you can actually move.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Fucking, can't wait to get my hands on that. But Drip.
But fuck you, Neka. Fuck you. If $35 figure? Fuck you, Neka.
That's the best way to end this. I love it. Guys, thanks again for joining me. Drip, thanks for coming on board, man. And
man.
Thanks for staying up as well. I appreciate it. Yeah, so those still watching, thanks a lot. And yeah, until next year, hope you have a great Christmas. I'll chop up with you guys beforehand, and a new year too. And yeah, hopefully we can put 2020 behind us. Apart from the shit we've enjoyed, let's crack on with the next year and all the fun shit to be had with that as well. So yeah, that'll do it from me. That'll do it from us. Take care, everyone. Thank you again, guys. And yeah, until next time.